Welcome to the pity party, everybody.
Is the game even over?
I don't think the game is completely over,
I
but the
think it
game
just
is
finished
completely over.
116.98.
Huh?
116.98. It ended.
116.98 was the final score?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. We almost got him. We almost got him. Just a few possessions, man. Just a few possessions. Listen. I in group chats and privately, I said it on the timeline. I always thought game one was going to be a loss, right? The Lakers had more rest. They had time. They had more time than the Heat did. They are, they're the top heavy team. I just always felt like it's going to be a loss for the Heat because the Heat guys they've never been here before where they have a guy in the Lakers led by LeBron that, I mean, he lives here. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I never felt that the Heat guys haven't been here before. And I felt like tonight was going to be a loss no matter what. Now, what I will say is that I didn't know that we were going to lose two of our top three players.
Yep.
Now, reporting by Greg Leif Sylvander and corroborated later by Ethan Skolnick is that it's a plantar issue with Goran Dragic, which might mean he does not come back this series, and that changes all of the math on everything, right? Mm-hmm. It makes you think that. Listen, I don't know if. I don't know if the Heat have enough firepower without Goran, but I will say the Kendrick Nunn minutes were promising. Maybe Kendrick Nunn back in your starting lineup because we saw what happened when the entire offense ran through Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero had one of the most abominable games I've ever seen from him. Like
it was like minus 30 at halftime.
Oh my god! So I'm gonna start going around the horn. Look, I'm not going to cut it short because I think Heat fans want to vent. I don't feel like talking about this damn game. If it was me and I was a Heat fan, I would have turned off the TV. I would have finished my 2 episodes of The Boys, got drunk as shit, and went to sleep. But you guys are here. The comments are going crazy. You guys showed up. The last time the Heat lost in a playoff game, and I was hosting a post-game stream, like no one showed up. It was like me and Manny talking for like 20 minutes. It was really sad. It was really depressing. I turned this light off. I made it like really dark. I didn't want anybody to see me. But you guys showed up, so we're going to talk about this for a few minutes. We even got a donation. Thank you, Vane Hype.
It's all about Ethan coming back.
Because I think everyone just feels so bad for us right now that we have to talk about this game. Okay, so I'm going to start with you, Michael. Not you, Dutch. The other Michael.
All right, got it.
I figured.
Okay, we can talk about this game all we want, but what I really want to know is what do you think it means going forward when it comes to the Dragic injury?
Losing Dragic was big, man. I mean, it was just like the planning of the foot. He was just out. Now it looks like he's out for the series. We saw what happened when we put Tyler in that same role. We saw how big Kendrick Nunn came up, right? Granted, let's all be honest. We were down by 30. If Kendrick Nunn was ever going to thrive at a point in the playoffs, it was going to be down by 30 in the finals where he could just shoot and no one would say anything.
When the defense relaxed a little bit.
Yeah, like nobody gives a crap what he's doing on the defensive end when we're down by 30 already. But I do think you got to start him in game 2 with Goran Dragic out. He's not going to bring anything to the plate defensively, which I think we do need to fix a couple things on that end of the floor. But it is going to work better than Tyler, and I think Tyler is better as a change of pace as a sixth man right now in these playoffs. Further down the line, will Tyler Hero be a starter? Absolutely. But right now, I think Kendrick Nunn needs to be placed in Goran Dragic's place. Let Tyler Hero come in as the sixth man later on in the game.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you there. Tyler's a bench player right now. And it's not even that Tyler's a bench player. Tyler's just not he's not a starting point guard.
Yeah.
He's a guy who comes off the bench, gives you a lift. He's just not a starting point guard. Dutch, I'm gonna go to you next because you're one of the first people on the post game. You're ready to go. You're high off of Miami Marlins win.
Oh
I blame the Marlins for what happened, but let's talk about before the injury. Let's talk about before the injury. Before the injuries happened, like let's stop making excuses. Those injuries didn't lose them this game,
Nah.
right? If those injuries might lose them the finals, but it didn't lose them this game. Jake Crowder started off hot from 3, cooled off quickly. Duncan Robinson, I think someone said he had 0 points.
He couldn't hit water off a boat, man. That was bad.
And there were open shots. Dutch, before the injuries, what was going on with the Heat and the Lakers that you saw that made you say tonight? I said it was a wrap in the second quarter, and it wasn't my reverse jinx. It was literally a wrap in the second quarter. What did you see?
Well, I had like these mixed thoughts because at one end it was like, okay, the Lakers aren't going to do this every game. They're literally hitting everything. The Heat aren't doing much. I mean, they had the start where they were up 15, but after that, like the Lakers were playing a perfect game. But at the same time, I was like, okay, but we're also getting LeBron's bad first half. Like this happened with a bad LeBron first half. So it's like that mixed feeling of, is this sustainable for the Lakers? But what happens when LeBron is LeBron in game 2 in the first half? So,
Ew. That's a bad stat line.
Oof.
Wait, Alf, you're muted.
Or white guys weren't white guying.
I didn't. Yeah, our white guys were not whiting enough, and I think it's some of the Proud Boy stuff from last night. I think they kind of were embarrassed. I said it. Alex Caruso was out there balling. Like
they were high off the defense of the Proud Boys.
Bro, I said Alex Caruso was going to go on a run by himself, and it was going to make me want to break my TV. My TV's still intact, but I almost broke it. Royal, you're watching this game, and I kind of want to focus right now, before we get to the 10-minute mark, on what happened before the injuries. What the Lakers did tonight, the way they shot from 3, is that sustainable? And is the way the Heat shot from 3 tonight sustainable?
So to get to the Lakers, I don't believe that that's sustainable. I mean, literally, they had everybody on the court making threes, and they were shooting like 65% in the first half. So that was something that, I was like, Dutch, I was like, that can't possibly last the whole game, and it ended up lasting out longer than it should have. But I don't believe that that's sustainable moving forward. And as for the Heat, I don't know, man, because Tyler Hero, this is the first time that he actually looked like a rookie to me in this postseason run. And that, to me, that can't be the case moving forward, because now he's so vitally important to what we try to do with Goran Dragic missing time. So if he can't hit shots, and if Duncan isn't making anything, then we're getting down to relying on people like Jay Crowder to hit shots, and then we're relying on Iggy, who also had a bad game. We're relying on him to hit shots, and so I do believe some of the Heat players will be able to turn it around, and I don't believe the Lakers will be able to, keep that hot shooting up, which is a reason for a little bit of optimism for me.
Alfredo, I'm not even going to ask you any questions. I know you got 1,000 thoughts. What are your thoughts on tonight? I don't need to ask you no questions. You know what to do.
Well, we know the Lakers are not 30 points better than the Heat, right? So you got to start deconstructing why they got killed tonight, and they got killed in every single facet of the game. First of all, the Lakers, they don't shoot like that. They're the 21st best 3-point shooting team in the league. They're that over a sample size of over 88 games. This is just one game. The Heat is a better 3-point shooting team than they showed tonight. So that erases about half of it. The other half of it is the Lakers' post play was overwhelming. And not only was it overwhelming, but we were moving so fast without the ball that we were running ourselves out of passing lanes, and they were just hitting open guy after open guy after open guy. And some of those threes, you got to give it to them. Danny Green makes threes, okay? Caruso
especially against the Heat. Especially against the Heat.
Yeah. So you got to start patching all these holes that you created for yourself for game 2. You're not going to have Goran Dragic. A plantar fasciitis injury is bad, okay? I've had that, and I couldn't walk for a month. So that means that Goran Dragic can't walk for 2 weeks at least. So
Like 3
he's
days.
a best.
He's way more athletic.
Let's not. You give yourself a little bit too much credit there.
Yeah, but he's playing basketball.
You're
He's
not
playing
2 weeks
basketball.
more less athletic than
I try to walk to the bathroom.
Goran Dragic.
We're trying to compare me walking from my bed to the bathroom to a guy trying to play basketball against LeBron James and Anthony Davis.
Alfredo, I understand, but you just made it seem like you were half as athletic as Goran Dragic, and you're not half as athletic as Goran Dragic. So.
No. But you did learn some things in this game. It's a good thing when Dwight Howard is out there. Okay?
Yes.
All right? Eric Spoelstra has to figure out a way. In this game, he went ultra small, and that's when their run started. You can't do that no more. It's obvious you can't do that no more. You got to do everything in your power to keep their bigs on the floor. It slows them down. It gets them into a half-court game against the Heat where the Heat should thrive. So that means more Kelly Olynyk minutes. Who knows? Maybe Myers Leonard gets some run.
Kelly wasn't bad tonight.
Yeah?
Who wasn't bad?
Kelly wasn't.
He wasn't.
I was arguing with a lot of people. I know he made some passes and he had a couple of blocks, but like one time he blocks AD at the rim and starts running down the court. You haven't secured the fucking ball, Kelly. Play more defense. Like honestly, it drives me nuts. Like you can be that big and you can't rebound, and you block a shot and you stop running, bro. You're the anchor of the defense. Bam Adebayo was out. Stop running down the court and secure the basketball first. And what happens? He starts running. He's at the free throw line. A Laker gets the ball. I don't know. KCP or one of these dumb-looking motherfuckers. It's a fucking layup. Like, what are we doing, Kelly Olynyk? What are we doing?
The same kind of thing happened with like Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero was like running back up the court and the ball dribbled right behind him.
Yep.
And the Lakers picked it back up and then ended up hitting the shot. Like
guys,
Yeah.
like and honestly, there was a lot of awareness. There was a lot of laziness. There's a lot of things going on tonight. And I think that if we're going into game 2, if we have to start Kendrick Nunn, I like the fact that Kendrick Nunn got some confidence tonight. Like he can play. Like Kendrick Nunn had the fearlessness that we always attribute to Tyler Hero. He had that when he came off the bench, and we don't attribute it to Kendrick Nunn. And there's a lot of reasons to that. And we got into that on Light Skin Opinions one day. But small white guys going amongst the trees get this fearlessness tag that Kendrick Nunn just his black ass ain't gonna get that. You know, he ain't gonna get the fearless. But he was fearless. He wasn't scared. Like he played like a guy that was not scared of the moment. But he also played like a guy that was down 30 to Dutch's point. Like, you know what I mean? So I would like to see Kendrick start next game. I would like to see some, and Michael, I'm going to go to you next because I've been talking long enough. Are Myers minutes warranted?
Mega Myers.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's worth a shot, right? Like
Listen, wait, Michael. Before Dutch with the MAGA Myers thing, I know Myers Olynyk. Jesus Christ, I'm the racist.
We all look alike.
I'm the racist right now. I know Myers Leonard pretty well, and he's not MAGA. Believe me, check his likes out. But anyway, Michael, go ahead.
yeah. I mean, I feel like at this point you got to try it, right? Like you got to throw out the kitchen sink. I mean, you're looking at again, no Dragic, Bam. Even if he does come back for game 2, which it seems like he will, isn't going to be the same. I mean, that shoulder's just not. There was a stretch there at one point where Bam threw up like 3 shots from inside and they all missed, like bunch of floaters and none of them came close. And it's like, I mean, come on. I think you got to try him out. And I think the advantage to that too is either they're going to put AD on Myers and you can pull him out further and just stick Myers on the 3-point line offensively, or they're going to put Dwight Howard on him, which yes, Dwight Howard's not an advantage for the Lakers, but he is semi-helpful inside defensively, right? So pulling him out too, forcing him to stick on Myers Leonard, I think is going to help space the floor. I mean, it's worth a shot, and if it's just not going well, I don't think 5 minutes in the first quarter is going to cost you the game, because 5 minutes in the first quarter here, you up 13, and we saw how that ended up. So I say give it a shot, but I mean, that's up to
there has to be a
the
reason why he's not playing, though. Like, the fact that he didn't come into the game tonight was like, because we were like, if that fourth quarter went a little bit different, we were like 3 minutes away from UD minutes. Like,
yeah, I don't think
we
he's
were
healthy.
an 8-0 Lakers run away from, and Myers didn't get into the game.
Royal, no Dragic next game. Let's assume First, I'm going to go to Royal, and then I'm going to go to Alfredo. Royal, I'm going to ask you, Bam is actually healthy and ready to play next game. What adjustments do you see? Is it just Kendrick Nunn in the starting lineup, and you go from there and continue to put DJJ on LeBron James? Because that was a fucking nightmare. Like, that was everything that I've ever, like, honestly, I'm going to have nightmares about Derrick Jones Jr. trying to body up LeBron James for the rest of my life. I don't care if the Heat win this series. Like, it's going to haunt me for the rest of my days. But if Bam plays Friday night, well, actually, it's not midnight yet. If Bam plays on Friday night, what adjustments do you see from the Heat?
Well, that's kind of tough. Obviously, if you're thinking about giving Myers minutes, then my question would be, do you start him? Because if you're talking about just a few minutes for him to play, if you want to try and go big to try and mitigate some of what the Lakers are doing to you, then Myers has to play in those first 5 minutes, and then you move to Jay. But what does that solve? Like I don't think Myers minutes are going to help us. I do think that we see a lot more man to man because the zone was getting crushed. I think we see a lot more man to man, and maybe that helps. But I mean, this game didn't leave a lot for optimism in terms of what adjustments could be made to help us.
Alfredo, I'm going to go to you. If Bam and Dragic can't play next game, what do you do? Do you
forfeit?
Come on.
Forfeit and get the team.
Do you tell Ethan never ever go to another playoff game again? It's like, is that what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the things that have to happen. But yeah, I think we see some Kelly Olynyk and Bam lineups in the next game, and that does two things. Kelly Olynyk is a spacing element, so he does help the offense in that regard. But it does, again, it slows them down. It gets another big in there because I don't think we can handle. It's obvious we can't handle their small lineups with AD at center because they get out on the break, and it's obvious we don't fill the lanes, and they just finish way too much down the lane on us.
And we without Dragic, the turnovers were murderous. Even with Dragic, the turnovers were murderous.
Yeah, Kendrick Nunn's gonna have to, for the rest of the balance of this series, he's gonna have to do his best Dragic impersonation, which means he's gonna have to go back to the guy that averaged 15 a game this year and was first team all rookie. So he's gonna have to play very well the rest of the way for the Heat to have a shot.
Put a lot of pressure on the defense, which Goran always does, but he wasn't really doing a lot even before the injury. There was a couple of relief points right before he got injured, but he wasn't doing some of the things that Kendrick Nunn did a lot of times where he just pulls up for a mid-range where there's nothing else happening and creates something for himself. Goran was doing a lot of that, and Tyler's been doing a lot of that, but neither of those guys were doing a lot of that this game, and it showed. Michael, we're talking about next game, and we're talking about who is going to step up, if what the Lakers are doing is sustainable. Like, do you see the Heat shooting this poorly again from three? Because the Heat shot less than 33% from three. I think they were 11 for 35.
Like 31.
And honestly, they would have been in the 20s if it wasn't for the fourth quarter where they, mounted a fake ass comeback. That's that fake comeback shit. We got him down to 12 with 4 minutes left. And we're like, yeah, we can do it. Kelly and Solomon Hill and Derrick Jones Jr. are going to take us home. And then it's like,
I actually saw Solomon Hill shoot a step back three off the dribble.
And it was an air ball. And you realize.
Well, to be fair, I think the clock was running out. The shot clock.
He had to shoot that one.
Yeah.
But Michael, next game, what do you foresee? Because honestly, and I like I said, I saw the Lakers winning game 1, Heat winning game 2, Lakers winning game 3, and I think the Heat are going to peel off 3 straight because I feel like Spoelstra is going to see 3 games of what Frank Vogel wants to do, and honestly, I think he's going to take his heart out while it's still bleeding and just devour it. Like I don't see. I honestly, I think tonight I think Spo's just sitting back like, oh, that's what you're going to do, motherfucker. Yeah. I got you. Now, I don't know if he can do that if Bam and Goran are
Right.
hurt, but that's a whole different story. What do you see happening in game 2?
I mean, they have to shoot better. Like it has to start with shooting better, right? This team has been a more offensive leaning team the entire season, right? Like the Heat, we're known for our defense, but this season the offense has been better than the defense, and that's what's been carrying us. My only hesitation there with the shooting is even going back to the Celtics series, and I know shooting doesn't carry over, right? At any point it can turn on. We've been shooting pretty poorly from the 3-point line since about game 3 of the Celtics series, and it's just been kind of this steady downhill, and I don't know what's been going on. A lot of missed open shots. Hopefully they can turn around. I think that's the number one thing they have to turn around, and then they have to figure out something on the defensive end. I think Spo is going to figure something out. I think Spo is a much better coach than Vogel, and I honestly don't think that Vogel outcoached him at all today. But
No, of course not.
it was literally just they were hitting all their shots, and it's LeBron and AD.
No.
AD
What
was
happened is
cooking us.
Vogel decided that KCP was going to turn into fucking Ray Allen. And what that was
and you got playoff Rondo. You got like really good Rondo tonight.
But
God,
you
his
didn't get
3-pointer pissed me off. I
you
hate
didn't get
seeing
that good of
shit.
Rondo. Like it wasn't that he hit like 1-3. Like that was like completely out of character.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did remind me of like playoff Rondo tonight. He was a solid Rondo, but we got really terrible dunking tonight, and that
Yes.
that's what hurt us a lot. Like in terms of our shooting, he's our shooter, and if he hits nothing all game, then we're in for a tough night one way or the other.
I mean, he took
But he has
3
to-
shots. He only took 3 shots. Like he just has to throw them up. I don't know. Like, just take a shot.
He has to get at least 10 threes up a game for the offense to work. And
Well, honestly, I don't completely blame Duncan. They went away from what they do. Like there was a point where the motion stopped. There was a lot of one-on-one, and it could be. And here's the thing: a lot of times, everyone's like, "Jimmy needs to be more aggressive. Jimmy needs to be more aggressive." Jimmy balled out in the first half, and you guys see what happened when the Heat go away from what they do offensively. The motion, the passing, the where you don't know where the shots are coming from, they're super dangerous. But when they do what they did in that first half, and they just relied on Jimmy and stood around, and they did that through 3 quarters. And then in the fourth quarter, all of a sudden the backups came in, and they're like, "We're just going to play the Miami Heat way," and started moving around and doing the things that they normally do. They cut into the lead. So I caution everybody to be like, Jimmy needs to be more aggressive. Can you? Okay. Someone say, "Can I roast Caruso?" Yes, I motherfucking can.
All right, here we go. Here's the real show.
Oh wait, we usually wait for past 30 minutes before I go off. Fuck it.
Oh, we've got 7 minutes of basketball time.
They lost by like 50. You can do it now.
Yeah, nobody gives a fuck. Alex Caruso looks like he shouldn't be even worse than Gordon Hayward. Like they shouldn't allow him near schools. Like
he looks ridiculous.
He looks like a gym teacher.
He's not underrated. Guys,
I'm under 40 years old, and he just looks like the gym teacher that used to wear his shorts a little bit too tight and get a little too close to the female students in middle school. Like, dude, what are you doing? Like, he's a weirdo. Like, Alex Caruso, like, first of all, that hairline, I don't know how old he is, but honestly, he looks like Frank Vogel's older brother. Like, it's ridiculous. And you cannot let this motherfucker get an NBA championship ring. Like,
the weirdest thing is that he can jam. He can get up there.
Yes, heartburn every time he dunks the ball.
And according to Bleacher Report, he's the greatest fucking dunker of all time. He goes up with a 2-hand jam. Oh, look at Alex Caruso. Holy shit, how did he do that? Derrick Jones Jr. puts it between his legs in the middle of a game. Whatever, who gives a shit? Alex Caruso, 2-hand dunk on a fast break? Holy shit.
Isn't there a movie about people like that jumping or not jumping? I mean, maybe that's probably the whole rhetoric. Oh, white dude dunked it. Oh shit.
He completely looks like Woody Harrelson in that movie. God, look at that fucking. Like you can honestly. I honestly, everything after the second round has been gravy, but you cannot let that motherfucker beat you. You cannot let that son of a bitch that I'm looking at right now beat you.
But
And then,
Caruso is 26, and he looks like he's going through a midlife crisis already.
yes, like he looks like he lost his job at the plant. Bitch, you're a fucking NBA player.
He looks like the dad that got lost at LA Fitness trying to jump into a pickup game and does not belong.
No, honestly, he looks like the dad at LA Fitness that would never even get into the pickup game.
Why in the
He
hell
just-
did
it
they put
just looks like he's gonna
Tony
run on the treadmill the whole time
Yeah, he looks like he has ankle weights on, and
with the
he's
high
just
white socks. Just walks on the
yeah,
treadmill
and
the whole
he
time.
looks like he's doing lunges. Like he's not actually working out. Like he's not doing any kind of weight training.
He
All
get
right,
worse
put
when he put the headband on too.
Oh, the headband! Like
It's ridiculous. No, it's ridiculous. He's doing it for show. I think. Like
I think he did it in a game at one point earlier this season, and they called him like headband Caruso, and he tried to wear it ever since, like it effing mattered. Like seriously, you're no one on this team. You're basically Eddie Curry all over again. Okay, you're gonna go down with the ring, but you don't matter.
Okay, so somebody says, "Why are you hating on Caruso?" And all you can do is dunk donuts. Listen, bro, I would, I'd beat the holy shit out of fucking Caruso. Yeah, I may only dunk donuts, but I'd beat that way. Okay, he has a lot more money than me too.
Hey, I've seen
But-
Alf play basketball.
Oh my god, it's the saddest fucking thing you've ever seen.
You can I think you
Well,
can body
folks, when
Caruso.
Alf has to resort to hiking on opposing teams, players, you know it's lights out for my.
Nah, he
first
did
of
that
all-
against the Bucks.
First
and
of all,
it worked then.
when Eric Thomas has to resort to fucking finding a Miami Heat fucking YouTube post game stream, Eric King, fuck off, you fucking bitch. I knock you the fuck out, you loser. You search YouTube for a Miami Heat post game show, and you're out here with your Twitter fingers. Get the fuck out of here. We out here talking.
I also like that Tyler cooked Caruso in that third quarter off the dribble, because Caruso does one of the things that annoys me the most is guys that don't play good defense in the NBA and they play fake good defense where they get down in their stance and all they do is grab you. And then the referees don't call it. And everybody's like, whoa, you saw that? That was great defense. He was reaching in. He was forcing a turnover. No, he was grabbing somebody because he can't stay in front of somebody.
Guys, look at all the comments. All the Lakers fans, because like
They found us. They found us.
This dude really loves your mic.
First of all, let me put that nigga's fucking picture back up. Put that Eric fucking loser Thomas. Look for you wearing the biggest fucking Magic Johnson jersey I've ever seen in my goddamn life. Like, bro, it's not 1992. You're not fucking Lil Wayne. Like, grow the fuck up. Like, you're a fucking grown man wearing a throwback. Mitchell and Ness, get your fucking puss ass out my goddamn post game stream. Can we block him? Like, he said he'll never get back on this post game stream again. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Eric Thomas, he probably lives in fucking Milwaukee or Alabama somewhere, and he's a fucking Lakers fan, and he's a Patriots fan too, and a Yankees fan. Fucking pussy. Get the fuck
By the
off
way,
my post game stream.
Shams says that Goran has a plantar tear. He doesn't have a plantar tear. He has plantar fasciitis. Plantar fasciitis is a tear. There's only one type of plantar fasciitis.
Bro, Goran ain't coming back to series.
Yeah, that's a wrap.
Yeah, we are reliant on Kendrick Nunn, but we have Magic though. You got Magic. You positive as fuck, bitch. Get the fuck off my post game stream. Like, get him out of here.
Magic doesn't have HIV. It's fake.
First of all,
How far down are we going with this?
Oh, you want to go down the rabbit hole?
I'm getting ready.
Because this guy has been like.
Hey, that's my conspiracy theory for the day. That's it. I don't believe in a lot of conspiracy theories. That's one I do believe
No,
in.
I'm gonna say Magic is my favorite player of all time. But
Mine too.
I don't like the fact that he has the cure for AIDS and it's not telling any of us.
Well,
But I think
if
he might.
you had the cure, would you tell anybody else? Or would you wait for the right time to release it
I
and
remember
make a
reading about
bundle?
this in like fourth
I
grade.
think he
What is
had
the better time than right now?
yeah, like but when's the last time you heard like somebody famous dying from AIDS? Like everybody who has money's got the AIDS cure. But that's all that's my QAnon podcast.
We need to get a Reddit. We need to get a Reddit for Alf and just have
Plug that
everything
in,
thrown
please,
into the
Alf.
Reddit.
It's called QSO, not LSO. QAnon. Student opinions. Anyway. This is why I don't know why Ethan lets me do this shit by myself, unsupervised.
This is the only way to make us feel better after the loss.
It really is. Like, come on, we all gotta laugh.
This is therapeutic. I'm glad Eric Thomas was here.
We all have to.
I like
We
the
all
Pedro
have
guy.
to. We all have to take this in stride, right?
Yes.
You don't get Heat in 6, Heat in 5, Heat in 7 without losses, right?
Mhm.
We watched the 2013 finals. We all did. And it was blowout after blowout after blowout before things got tight. Like what I would say to Heat fans is don't let go of the rope. I know it's cliche, but it's our fucking cliche. We made that shit up. Don't let go of the rope. Like it's going to be a battle. Now without Dragic, listen, you have to sit here and say there was a guy in Kendrick Nunn that started for the Miami Heat for 67 games this season, right?
Mhm.
And he was third in all in Rookie of the Year voting. Tyler Hero wasn't third in Rookie of the Year voting. They trusted Kendrick Nunn for most of their season. You have to trust that he can come in and Tyler can be his backup, and they can do the same things that Tyler and Dragic were doing. None will never be Goran Dragic, but you have to believe that the trust that they had in Kendrick Nunn at the beginning of the year, like it's going to come to fruition now. And it's just what you have to do.
And think about the downside. The downside, if he plays great and the Heat losing 6, but he plays great, that trade value is through the roof because
Sky high.
every general manager would have seen the finals and would have said, "Whoa, that guy can play.
Yep.
Look at him. He turned the series around."
I mean, look. Let's just say the Heat do go on and lose this series, right? We all said it at the beginning of the playoffs. This is the floor for this team, right? Like this was not what we expected coming into the season. We all thought we had a good team, but nobody actually sat there and thought, "Oh, we'll go to the NBA Finals and we're going to win it." Nobody actually said that, right? This is the floor for this team, and if by some happenstance, which I don't think is going to happen, if they do get swept by the Lakers, you know this team is going to be so freaking hungry after this. Like, it's just going to burn them up for a whole other season. Like, this is the floor for this team. The series is nowhere near over. Heat fans just got to take a seat, relax. It'll get better. It'll get better.
Look,
I throw another cliche out there. Like, it's only one game. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
just being honest, like it's literally it's the first game, whether you get blown out by 30, 40 points or whether you lose by 1, it's still
It's the same.
move on. And something to the Heat's credit, like without Goran Dragic, the Lakers are going to see a team that they haven't been able to prepare for. You know, they've been able to prepare for Goran Dragic, but now they have to reshuffle as we have to reshuffle.
Yeah.
What somebody was like, I think LeBron James has won every first game of every NBA Finals he's ever been in. I'm not sure if that's correct.
No,
he's 1-8. It's the other way around. He was 1-8 coming into today.
Oh, and he's 3-7 in the finals, so I don't give a fuck about game 1.
He was 1-8, and his only win was against the Mavericks in his worst series ever.
Yeah.
Somebody keeps tweeting Al for your personal massager.
Dude, I love this guy. This guy's been making me die the whole show. I can't even pay attention.
Yeah. First of all, put his face back up. That is definitely a Celtics
He's been getting
fan.
off to anything you've been doing all night. It's been incredible.
He's definitely a Celtics fan. Look at him.
It's been making this stream too steamy.
That is a Celtics fan if you ever see. Like who wears a tweed fucking hat? Like, get the fuck out of here.
He wanted you to put your microphone between your chest earlier. That's what he said.
Royal, who else but Celtics fans wear tweed Kangles?
I'm sorry.
Who else but Celtics fans wear tweed Kangles? Like
Nobody. Correct.
Nobody.
This guy, whoever he is.
He is definitely a proud boy.
Trump told him to stand down last night. He's not listening.
Hey, Pedro Navas, stand up, stand by. Block his bitch ass too. All right, so listen, I don't know how much you really take from this game. There was a lot of outlier performances. Hero and Duncan played like shit. Jay played like shit. Bam was gone. Dragic was gone. I really don't know how much you take from this game, except for the fact that the injuries are mounting up for the Heat, and we don't know where they're going to go from here. But what? Okay, we're gonna cut this off because honestly, it's nothing but like weird Laker trolls and a couple of guys like calling that weirdo a sexual predator left. He definitely is a sexual predator. That Pedro now, yeah. What? Oh my! First of all, yo, it's not just that he's a sexual predator. He stalks me in real life. He knows I get my haircut in my friend's garage. Like that is weird. Like I'm calling the FBI after this, bro. Actually, I'm not gonna call the FBI. Just come up and see me in real life, pussy. I'll
Watch party when COVID's over.
Smack the fuck out of you. Listen, we don't call the cops around here.
We show up to watch parties.
Yeah, we can show up to watch parties and give you the location. Put it in your GPS. Anyway, listen. I'm sorry. Honestly, I hope I'm making you guys laugh after a fucking horrific fucking loss.
Oh, it was tough to sit through, man.
Alfaros Kuzma. Fucking listen, I'm light skinned, but that is like the lamest light skinned fucking.
What was the name of the guy from 300? The Persian King. What was his name?
No, he's first of all, he's not even that. Like he's not even that cool.
I was about to say, what ethnicity is Kuzma? Like, it's hard to tell.
I was gonna say a lot of bad things. You guys heard me say and I stopped myself. Like there's a lot of things I'm not allowed to say anymore because of look at that. Oh my god. Listen, I know a lot of fans of 5 Reasons Sports that are very diverse, and they would all agree with me that he looks like a lesbian. Like,
oh god, here comes the joke.
Like he and listen, and there's nothing wrong with being a lesbian, unless you're the third leading scorer for the Los Angeles Lakers. I shouldn't have said
He's a weird one. He's a weird one as a basketball player too. Like he was supposed to be better than what he is now. He's actually getting worse as the years go by.
Alfredo, we're gonna get another fucking letter from YouTube from that one. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say come on. Well, put that picture back up.
Wait, you got a letter from YouTube? I didn't even know.
Yeah, we've got off because of my post game show. But look at that. It's like orange is the new black on the court.
I'm proud of you, Al, for making a lesbian comment and not having it to do with me. So.
Oh well. I was trying to be nice to you tonight.
You got a Dutch full screen.
I'm proud of that one for you.
I used to call.
Are there some similarities there? Hold on.
I used to call Dutch Ellen all the time. He looks like Ellen. Come on. And then when you hear all the terrible things Ellen has done, I'm kind of right because Dutch is a terrible human being.
I thought you were gonna say you started to respect me.
No, yeah, well. Listen, if I ran a show,
nobody had in 2020. Nobody had Ellen DeGeneres as the biggest fraud in show business, right? Nobody had that.
I feel like she's a fraud. Like I feel like she's always been fake. People can't be genuinely happy. Like people are never that happy. Like if you're that happy and you get on national TV being that happy, you're miserable. So now it's not really that shocking.
Our president is the biggest fraud in show business. Anyway,
I'm gonna blame Eric Thomas for all of this. This is all Eric Thomas's fault. He jumped in, and Eric Thomas. We jumped right down the rabbit hole because of that.
Yeah,
guy.
we did. I apologize for all you guys watching for like a real basketball analysis. There's nothing to fucking analyze on this game. Like, it's oh my god. Oh, you gotta. Okay, what do you want to say? You gotta stop KCP from 3? No, you don't. No, you don't.
No,
let him shoot.
We don't even have the first quarter because we ended up giving up the lead at the end of the first quarter. We lost the first quarter by 3, so we don't even have that to talk about. So yeah,
no, we don't have any sponsors tonight because I scared them all away. And speaking of scaring people away, if you're not using Manscaped and your balls look like the Amazon jungle. And they're musty as in Amazon jungle. You probably if your balls look like this motherfucker's face.
Yeah, I thought
Manscaped.
they kept
like LeBron's beard.
Trigger Alpha Tourette's, bro. Like they kept like flashing them in there, and I knew eventually Alpha was gonna see it and just start talking about his eyebrows. They are terrible.
if your balls look like this motherfucker, go to manscaped.com and get yourself a Manscaped kit and take care of yourself. Like no woman wants to pull your pants down and see that. Throw that picture back up. Like throw that. Yeah, no woman wants to say, like, oh my god. No woman.
Oh my
wants
god,
to
your
go-
balls are Tony Brothers.
Yeah, your balls.
You don't want about to have sex, and then your girl is like, "Oh my god, is that Tony Brothers?"
Your balls are a shitty NBA referee. Like I don't want to have sex with you. Like have
Your
more
balls
sex.
are
Go to manscaped.com. Use a code 5RSN. That's the number 5 RSN for 20% off your order, and make sure that your undercarriage doesn't look like the worst NBA ref of all time. And if you shave it, it's gonna still look like Steve Javie, but you're gonna get laid more often than not. If your balls look like Steve Javie over Tony Brothers.
You know,
And
Tony Brothers' crew is on the referee roster for this finals, right? You know that, right?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Honestly, I want somebody to tweet out. Alf says, "Make your balls look more like Steve Javie than Tony Brothers."
Or Caruso. They could look like Caruso, right?
Honestly, your balls should look more like Caruso and Anthony Davis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and if your balls look like that, you're not getting laid either.
I was gonna say, if your balls look like Caruso, Manscaped's gonna take away their sponsor from us.
That means their shit won't stop working halfway through. Like, what happened? The battery ran out, and now it looks like this motherfucker. Oh my god, there's so many people that just like want basketball analysis, and we're not the place to have it right now. I don't.
Who wants to talk about that game, bro? Like nobody.
Just talking shit. All right, you know what? What we're doing? Okay, we're gonna go to 45 minutes. That means we got a little bit over 3 minutes. Manny, just start putting questions up. Questions from listeners. Listeners, yes. Make your balls look like this motherfucker.
He was Tony Brothers before Tony Brothers.
Oh,
He was Scott Foster. He was Scott Foster before Scott Foster. Because Tony Brothers, like a lot of people don't understand this. Tony Brothers, like his bag is to not blow the whistle when people are getting stabbed, like in the lane. Scott Foster blows the whistle when you just look at somebody wrong. So, yeah, Steve Javie is more of a Scott Foster type. But Tony Brothers, I don't know. Does that even help us if we get Tony Brothers in the series?
No, nothing.
They'll pound the hell out of us down low, right?
Tony Brothers is not a help to anybody ever, except for lower income single mothers, because I found that out the hard way. You guys have I think all you guys have heard the story of how I slandered the shit out of Tony Brothers, and he was like, "I'm sorry that you're disappointed in me, brother, but please check out my charity where I build houses for single mothers." And I'm like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, a part of me was like, "I feel bad," and another part of me was like, "You still suck as a ref." You know what I mean?
It doesn't change the fact.
Yeah, you know, like a lot of shitty people donate to charities. Like, fuck.
Okay,
Like,
I have one question though. But and this is purely because it pissed me off tonight.
oh, okay, Michael, go ahead. I want to answer that question. I want you to answer this question.
Tony Brothers
First.
gives us work.
Work.
That's,
Yeah, no, Tony Brothers is
Work.
11-0 easily.
NBA refs are like in great shape. Great
Bro,
shape.
he
Tony
gives
Brothers
me
would.
the work, the unmitigated work. Oh my god, like he gonna have me out here like it's Labor Day. Give me the motherfucking work. Anyway, Michael, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say because they pissed me off tonight. The Lakers, they're up by fucking 26 or 28 points. They call a foul that's like not even a shooting foul, and you've got 5 Lakers rushing the referee to complain about the foul. Did we do that when we had LeBron? Like, no, genuine question, because I don't remember that. If we did, holy crap, we suck. But god damn it, that was annoying.
Bro, LeBron crying to the refs.
Holy shit.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if we would have. I don't know if the Heat culture would have accepted that.
I feel like we didn't
because
do that.
I feel like the Heat just don't even do it like that. Okay, Dutch, worse in the bubble, Tony Brothers or Ethan?
Ethan. I'll go Ethan.
Okay, because we've won games with Tony Brothers in the bubble.
Yeah.
That's true.
We have not won a single game. They tried to kick Ethan out of the bubble literally for having COVID.
They gave him a fake COVID positive.
Yeah. I've been around Ethan.
Not this motherfucker.
I've been around Ethan. He's been coughing for 2 years. Okay.
If we're on the air for another 5 minutes, one of us is gonna wish COVID on Ethan.
This man has had COVID for like since I met him.
Yeah, like every time I'm with Ethan, he's coughing, and all of a sudden he's got COVID. They just didn't want him there. Okay, give us another question, Manny. Give us another question. Roy's got to answer a question. All right, Roy, that's like a real basketball question.
Yeah, are we going to use Myers or Kelly? Definitely Kelly. I think what he did tonight was actually worth something in the grand scheme of things. Even though it was in the fourth quarter, in the middle of a game where we're getting trashed, I think he showed that he could go out there and be effective in some ways. So, yeah, I mean, if I got to choose between the two, I'm choosing Kelly.
All right, let's get another question. Not that can Ethan watch the game from Argentina. No, he can't. They won't let him. They won't let him into Argentina.
I already live here in Orlando. Tell Ethan to get out. All right, I'll go in for him. We'll win game 2, and then I'll just be the correspondent the rest of the series. It's fine.
Please, like honestly, you're so much more trustworthy than he is.
What's in Brady Hawkins? Tell him to predict the Heat win every damn time, every game.
But he did predict the Heat win this game.
And he said 25 off the bench from Harrow too.
Yeah, and it was
talking about fraud. Brady Hawk.
Whoa, Doug, hold on.
I'm kidding.
Whoa.
He didn't mean he meant minus 25. All right, let's get a question for Alfredo, not the one about Ethan watching the game from Argentina, because we all wish that could happen, but they would never let Ethan into Argentina. Like they know his history. No, I'm not talking about free agency. Get the fuck out of here. Like the Heat are in the finals. I'm telling you. I'm not talking about Giannis. Question. Give me a fucking question about this fucking game, this fucking series. Yes, Alfredo, that's a good question.
Absolutely.
Should Katia hold out tonight? Who the fuck is Katia?
Katya is
Kyle's girlfriend. Kyle Kuzma's ex. She should go to Kyle Kuzma's room to distract him, give him COVID. Not that he's really important, but it's something.
Bro, Michael.
Well, here's the thing.
Michael right now is a SPO of TMZ analysis right now.
Well, think about it this way: if she's been holding out all bubble, he's playing great, then yeah, that's good. But I don't think she's been holding out, so she has to do the opposite of what holding out is tonight.
What is the opposite of holding out, Alf?
Yeah, please, in detail. Does it have anything to do with Manscaped?
You want me to tell him that she has to suck and fuck him for an hour or what?
You don't want it.
That's what you want me to say? On the air? Okay, I just said it. Is this mic working? Yeah.
I'm sorry. Honestly, I think YouTube shut me down. If you want what happened to you to happen, what Alfredo said to happen to you, go to Manscaped.com and use the code 5 RSN. And make sure your food down there is eggs. And, and you don't look like that. Is all I'm trying to say. Like, honestly, put that picture of Tony Brothers back up. Like, did he tell his barber, like, listen, I want my fucking mustache, my eyebrows, and my hair to be all the exact same length with the same mix of salt and pepper. Like I want all the hair on my body to be the exact same. Fade my eyebrows to make me look like the biggest idiot possible. Like I want to look like the Black Eddie Munster, is what he said. Like
hey, we're 48. We're 48 minutes in, and we haven't even mentioned that Paul Pierce, before the game started, said that this wasn't going to even be close, and he picked the Lakers to sweep.
Well, what are we going to say?
And we can't say a thing after this game, which sucks.
Royal, how shitty is it that honestly Paul Pierce is going tonight feeling good about himself for the first time in like 8 years?
Paul Pierce to start off.
Shit his pants.
I hate his fucking guts.
Mm-hmm.
I hate Paul Pierce with a passion, bro. He just gets under my skin, never giving anybody credit. But I mean, I guess you have to give him some credit for picking something right for once.
But he hasn't. He said he hasn't picked anything. Like he said that the Lakers are going to sweep, right? Like, come on, no, you can't. I don't even think the Lakers honestly think they're going to sweep. He just hates the Heat because we robbed them of being relevant, which I'm sorry. Paul Pierce is incredibly relevant. Did nothing on a really crappy team other than be notable for taking a shit in the finals. That's it. He's the shit man.
Whoever stabbed Paul Pierce should get their jerseys raised in the fucking rafters. Because honestly, I wish it was me, and I want to claim it.
That's fake. That's fake too, because I've heard that story a million times, and the way the story goes, he was stabbed 11 times, and he's not dead. Bullshit.
Has anybody got more run out of one championship than that 2008 Celtics team?
No one ever has. And honestly,
shit out of it. Like they talk like they were a dynasty.
And
KG too.
Yeah.
KG too.
Yeah, the only one who doesn't talk
Ray.
that much shit is Ray because he has 2.
Yep.
First
And,
of
his
all,
second, and he liked his second better.
First of all, Doc Rivers honestly, I hate when black coaches get fired, but I also hate when black coaches have no fucking discernible offense. And Doc Rivers, without Chris Paul, has never had a discernible offense to his name.
No,
But-
Doc Rivers. At this point, you got to agree. Doc Rivers is just bad luck. He's blown 7 3-1 lead at 3-1.
Yeah.
It's not
leads.
bad
Like, come
luck.
on.
He is a terrible offensive coach.
Yeah.
Like
But
it's
it's always talent though. Like he always lands a job with talent. And I just don't understand how it keeps happening. Didn't he interview for the 76ers job today?
yes.
Yeah.
First of all, honestly, there's he made a deal with the White Devil somewhere because there's no black man that has ever fallen into this much luck in their entire lives. Like it's never happened. It's just never. Oh, I go from first of all, fail in Orlando, and then I fall into Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, and Kevin Garnett. I win one championship with that fucking amazing lineup, and then I fall into Blake Griffin, Chris Paul, and what's that motherfucker?
DeAndre Jordan.
DeAndre Jordan, JJ Redick.
Yeah, JJ Redick. I fall into that.
And Paul Pierce was on that team too.
And never get past the second round.
Watch Paul Pierce.
And then I had like one really good run with a scrappy team that everyone's like, oh, they're super scrappy. Then you realize the next year that like, oh, they had mad talent. But then they trade all the talent away and all their future for fucking Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. And then they have 2 6 Man of the Year candidates off the bench. And he still can't get past the second round. And then like literally, and this is why some of y'all got to stop screaming racism every time a black head coach gets fired. Like he can't get past the second round, no matter how much talent he has, unless it's Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Ray Allen. And he's never had a discernible offense. Like, did you see the Clippers? Like, it was like, you take a turn, I'll take a turn. Then Lou Williams bum ass comes off the bench. Like, I don't play defense, but look at my crossover skill. Look at what I can do.
Wait, am I the only one that what killed me was the crossover movement, was the physical, like, that was amazing.
Listen, I couldn't do it personally with a basketball.
But you can do this.
Dribbler though? As an ad dribbler?
I can do the brick. I can brick the shot off the fucking anyway.
Hey, but he's fun to watch. Lou Williams and Jamal Crawford, you need those guys in the NBA. They're pure entertainment.
To go to play on the Knicks.
Yeah, but you don't win anything with those guys.
Wait, hold on. So then wait. I'm fine with Doc Rivers getting the Philadelphia coaching job.
I would love that shit.
Cool. Keep
Could you
sitting in your
imagine
shitty mediocrity for years with an
Royal.
awful head coach. Love it.
Can you imagine that offense with Doc Rivers as the head coach?
Ben Simmons at the helm of a Doc Rivers led offense. Oh, give me that shit
All day.
2 times on Sunday. I'm taking it every time, bro. It's gonna be fucking terrible.
All right, I need another question for Dutch. Dutch hasn't answered the question. What did I say? I've done that. And then what they started to do is when you put a tab. I don't know if you guys. I think Alfredo might be the only guy that remembers this. Because you should be able to call. Alfredo, should I say this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
You should be, this is the drunk 5 on the floor pod we used to do. You should be able to go to the strip club and rack up thousands of dollars, and then be like, I don't recognize those charges. I've never been to a strip club in my life. And they would immediately refund you back because the strip club would be on your credit card as a Chinese food restaurant. Bitch, I don't eat that much wonton soup. Like, I never have, and I never will. So what they started to do is, anytime you ran up anything over $100, they would get your thumbprint or your fingerprint. Alfred, I don't know if you even know about this.
You're really calling him out.
Yeah, and then Tootsie started saying, "Okay, now you got to hold $250 on your card."
Exactly. Every strip club.
And if you order a bottle, they got to hold $500 on your card.
Yes, they every strip club started to figure out the grift because we was all doing it. And I remember when Gilbert Arenas came out with it. I'm like, bro, what you doing? You fucking up the game, bro. He came out on like Instagram or somewhere, like detailing the whole hustle. And I'm like, bro, chill.
The best hustle is this. Always order the round, and then you figure out, okay, what did the round come back as? $33.99? All right, cool. I'm gonna order that same round like 15 times. And then I'm gonna call Capital One and say, hey, you charged me 15 times for one thing. Voila. You see, educational show on this post-game show.
Yeah.
Not only do we break down the pick and roll, but we tell you how to get away with 15 charges of $33.99.
We've gotten financial literacy and sexual education out of Alfredo tonight.
Man, I
Listen.
forgot the Heat lost. This is great.
Yeah.
I genuinely forgot. I'm like, why the fuck am I here right now? Oh, that's right. We shit the bed.
Let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you guys. We're gonna put you guys on game tonight. Actually, no, we're not. We're gonna get off here in like 3 minutes. But yes. And if you're ever getting a lap dance and she takes off her bottom and it looks like Tony Brothers, you are within your legal rights to ask for a refund.
Wait, who do you call for that? Capital One? Or
No.
corporate? I'm just thinking.
Every strip club has a Tony Brothers clause. Every strip club has a Tony Brothers clause. These Miami scammers. Yeah, listen, it's the only way to survive out here. Should be expensive. Roy, you go out to a strip club, it'd be like $250 for a bottle of Henny. A bottle of Henny? That motherfucker $40.
That's the exact answer they gonna give from me. Shit, I'm not doing it.
No,
Just
that
my money back. I'm from Broward, Alf. Like I'm from Pompano.
Oh, you from Pompano?
Yes, indeed.
Get the fuck out of
I
here.
graduated from Blanchard High School, brother.
Oh, my brother graduated from Ely.
Yeah, man. Like I'm from Pompano, man. So you know how they get down around my area.
Yeah. We used to go down to the Freeze in Pompano. You know where the Freeze is at?
Absolutely.
Oh, look at all the Broward people stand the fuck up if you know where the Freeze is at.
Kodak. Okay, I see somebody showing Kodak in there.
Yeah, we used to go down to the Freeze when we were like 16 years old and find a crackhead and give him $20 for a 12-pack, and he would come back happy as shit to get like, man, the Freeze. It was a terrible fucking place, but it was
my cousin. Just being honest with you, that was doing that for you. Like,
oh yeah, listen, me and Roy's cousin went way back. This is about 1995, 96.
oh,
We was out here. We was out. Dutch was like 3, and it was the first time he realized he liked other women. This is the point. This is like 20 minutes ago is when I hope, like, God, I hope the Heat don't listen to this show. Anyway, yeah, man, you from Pompano? I went to Boyd Anderson until I got kicked out.
No,
But
I went to Blanchard High School all 4 years. Funny story. Eddie Jones is actually my uncle.
Shut the fuck up.
Swear to God, my grandmother was married to his dad, so he's like my uncle by marriage. But yeah, so that's kind of like how I got into the Heat. He used to give us like tickets to go to the games and shit like that. So like that's kind of where my love for this team first started.
Wait, Alf, why'd you get kicked out of high school?
I'm sorry.
No, I didn't get kicked out of high school. I got kicked out of Boyd Anderson.
Oh, well,
You got
why'd you
kicked
get
out.
of Boyd?
Come on.
So why'd you get kicked out of Boyd Anderson?
First of all, you guys should listen to Light Skin Opinions. Look
I
at
must
Eddie
miss the
Jones,
episode.
That's my guy.
Ely High School,
Yes, sir.
fucking what's it called, alumni, and Boyd Anderson, Mitch Richmond.
Yes, sir.
We got a Hall of Famer. Ely don't have Hall of Famers.
No, I mean, we'll have one in football soon. Patrick Peterson.
Okay, I hope so. I love Ely because it became like the Haitian school. But I'm Haitian, so why did I get kicked out of Boyd Anderson? Because I was in the International Baccalaureate program. I came from like gifted programs in Coral Springs, and they're like, "Oh, you're smart. You should go to the IB program at BA." My sister went to the IB program in BA. She went to Harvard. She's a lawyer. She's super smart. I went to BA and decided to act a fucking fool.
And now you're doing a post game stream at midnight.
Now you're slandering Tony Brothers.
Now you're comparing balls to Tony Brothers at midnight on a post game stream.
Exactly. My sister's somewhere asleep, getting ready for work tomorrow. I'm out here like, what the fuck, Tony Brothers? But I went to BA and I got in a lot of trouble. If you ever go and listen to Light Skin Opinions, I detail everything I ever did wrong in high school on Light Skin Opinions because my co-host, Chris Maddox, was with me in high school. Like, I've known him since I was 15, 14 years old. He was with me when we skipped school to get Jamaican beef patties, and I was so fat that I got run down by a fucking golf cart. Like, nobody gets run down by the golf cart. Like,
how slow do you have to be running to get run down by a golf cart, bro?
Bro, like, I gave up because I was so tired.
Who
like,
the F was chasing you in a golf cart?
The administrators. And I got
like the security guards. You know, the security guards, they always drove. They weren't like big or anything. They didn't do anything. They just drove around in golf carts around campus all day.
Yeah, and honestly, I never
high schools.
I never got into fights at BA or anything like that because, like, I came from Coral Springs. All those motherfuckers are way too scary for me to fight anyone. Like, at one time, I fought a white guy who came from a white neighborhood like I did, and then like we just did like this.
Solomon Hill. He's Solomon Hill.
Alf was built like Tony Brothers would beat me in a foot race today. Like, Tony Brothers is 94 years old, and he would beat me in a foot race. I'm 39. He would beat me in a foot race today.
What was the name of that official that was like 1,000 years old and smoked Charles Barkley in a foot race?
Dick Bavetta.
Dick Bavetta. That was the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen in national television.
Wait, that the race or the kiss?
Both.
The kiss was weird. Dick Bavetta chased me down in high school.
In a golf cart.
No, on foot. Took my legs out.
Just want to make sure who's hosting the next post game show because I don't know.
I think I'm getting fired. Okay, the biggest reason I got kicked out of BA, we'll get off on this, is that I had 24 unserved detentions.
Why does he look like a corpse? Oh,
yeah,
no.
Honestly, he looks like the guy from Poltergeist.
Is he dead? No. I think he's dead, isn't he?
If he's dead in this picture.
Yeah, he might as well be.
Oh, wait, if he's dead now, I feel bad. Hold on.
Bro, he was dead in this picture.
Oh, no.
He probably blew a game for the Heat. Who cares?
Okay. Diabetes chasing.
He's alive.
I was going to tell you guys a story.
24 unserved
detentions.
Yeah.
Oh, 24 unserved detentions. And the last one that I got is because I was in journalism school, which led to what I'm doing now, obviously, 40 years later. And
40 years?
20.
How fucking old are you, Al?
I think was at age
24 years later. So my journalism teacher comes into class one day, and she has like this, like she's wearing like a fucking this smock.
Oh God!
And it looked like an Indian, like an Indian, like a Native American blanket, and then we were just roasting her like the whole time. She would say anything, we're like, how? And then like she got heated and she was like, what the fuck? She was going crazy. I was like, yo, you're just mad because a white man stole your land. Boom. Detention. And then like the next day she came in wearing like the Seinfeld pirate shirt. And I literally could not start going arg, arg the entire fucking day. And then boom, it was like detention after detention. And it was like, yo, you got to get out of this fucking school. Like, you can't just roast a teacher every day. And I was like the best writer in her class. How old is Alf? I am 39 years old. And
Damn,
young
hard
39.
eyes too, though.
I'm telling you, she's lusting after you in that comment.
Man, you
No,
and
she
her,
is not.
Pedro.
That is a grown ass woman who's just like, what is
Just
wrong
the
with
loss.
this?
There's nothing else that can go worse.
Yeah, she's like, who is this weirdo on my screen? Anyway, I hope we brought joy to people tonight. Like, I really do.
I have,
Like,
I had a blast.
yeah, man. Listen,
I genuinely forgot. This was great.
it's one game.
Yeah.
It's one game in a 7-game series. I thought you were in your 20s. Thank you so much for lying to me
But
to my
you see-
face.
But you see the way they spelled thought?
like,
No, the way they spelled thought, though, that's on purpose.
Yeah,
That's on purpose. That's a follow-up to the hard eyes. That, hey.
Man, you know for damn well you didn't think Alf was in his 20s. You're not getting on the post-game show.
no, put that motherfucker back up. Not fucking Tony Brothers, the guy who said I was 20.
Man, he just got an obsession with Tony Brothers at this point, man.
Ultimate FTW. Thank you. Yes. Annie, what are you doing? Enough with the Tony Brothers shit.
I'm not gonna lie, I've been reading the comments. The comments are hilarious right now.
Listen, I'm so happy. I think everyone's fucking having a good time, man. Like, fuck
Except for Eric Thomas. Don't forget Eric Thomas.
Oh, fuck Eric Thomas. I'm gonna see Eric Thomas on the street, bitch. Yeah, I'm gonna catch you.
Yeah, but he's gonna get you if he's in a golf cart.
Oh, listen. He don't want to catch me. We had like first. I need all y'all to listen to Light Skin Opinions. Like, we've had so many that girl's Tony Brothers. We've had so many conversations about this stuff, man. Okay, you guys want to stick around for like 5 more minutes? I want to ask you guys all a question.
Okay.
we've tried to end this podcast like 40 times too.
Yeah, no, I should. If you guys want to go. Like,
No, 5 more minutes.
I gotta plug in first so I could charge up here.
just put leave studio, whatever. I won't take it personally. I'm just drunk and I feel like hanging out for a little bit and fuck it.
There you go.
We're all having a
Michael.
great time, Alf.
Michael, you
Yo.
get drafted into the military tomorrow.
Don't start with the bamboo again. Don't start
No.
with your bamboo torture shit.
You go to
Like,
war and you get captured.
Okay.
Are you telling on everybody, or are you going to be the stalwart soldier that fights for America? Are you going to be like,
You're gonna
Are
get
you
called a
gonna be like-
loser by the president.
are you going to be John McCain and be called a loser?
If I'm being interrogated by Tony Brothers, I'm out. I'm telling them all the secrets. All of them. If those eyebrows
that.
are staring me in the
Oh
face,
my
fuck
God,
it.
I'd be so
Fuck
I'd be
it.
shook.
Yep, all of it. All of them. You want the nuclear codes? Here. You want the keys to the White House? Here are all of those. Just get Tony Brothers out of my face.
I
Yeah,
would
at that
make-
point, you just got to start making up shit. Like,
I
hey,
would
you
make
want
up
to know
nuclear
who assassinated Kennedy? I got that too.
I'd be like Alpha Niner.
I would send them to Alex Caruso's house. Alex Caruso knows all the secrets. Look at his face. You know he
Right.
knows all the secrets.
Dutch, would you give up military secrets if you got captured?
Yeah, probably. I don't give a damn about this country enough.
Honestly, bro, they don't make John McCain's like they used to. Royal, you giving up secrets?
Absolutely. This country don't love us no way out.
God, I hope the government's not watching this.
Royal, I like before they even got me, I'd be offering shit. I'd be
I
offering
do it
shit.
regardless if it means this country's over. Like,
Bro, I wouldn't even tell them how to get to the base I came from. I'm like, let me show y'all. Come with me.
I got the pin code and everything. bro. Like, come on, man.
I'm like, I don't
Hold
want.
on. But Royal, you weren't there the last time he brought this up and started talking about them doing bamboo torture because every torture he thinks involves bamboo.
All
For
bamboo.
some reason, I'm like, they're not gonna use a knife or a gun. Now they're gonna torture him with bamboo. I don't know where the hell he gets this shit from, but
I watched way too much Rambo. Listen, Royal.
That
they
game,
put-
that game today was like being waterboarded. I gotta admit.
Yes.
That second quarter.
Being waterboarded with bamboo.
no bamboo. Alfredo,
We've talked about basketball for like
Exactly over
5 minutes.
Alfredo. If they put bamboo sticks under your fingernails, are you giving up? Because that's where the thing I'm most afraid of is bamboo sticks under my fingernail. I think I could take the ass whoopings. It's the bamboo sticks under my fingernails. I feel like that's like some Rambo.
How about a car battery to your nuts? Like that's bad.
Honestly, yeah, all that. Yes, that probably.
the Casino
I would-
Royale torture where he's hitting them with that rope.
Underneath his balls with
Listen,
oh my God.
I'll take the
Listen.
bamboo under the fingernails before either of those other two.
I'm not taking any of these tortures. I'm making up new fucking secrets.
Oh, guys, they
Oh,
want us
yeah.
to talk about Kelly Olynyk. Alf,
Hooray.
Can we talk about Kelly blocked AD twice? Alfredo, can you tell them what I said already about Kelly and his blocks on AD?
Yeah, you could block AD at the rim, but then you got to go look for the ball to go get it.
Yeah.
And not admire your work, and then run into the ether. Nobody sees you, and they're dunking on the other end. So
No, we're
yeah,
not
they
talking
got to be a
NBA
little bit more
finals.
attentive. They got to be a little bit more attentive to loose balls.
no, we are talking about the NBA Finals and about how
Loose
it's like
balls?
being hitting the balls
Like
over and
Tony
over
Brothers.
again.
again.
Loose balls like Tony Brothers.
Follow the conversation to keep up.
Yeah.
We're about to find
Obviously, there's a connection. Look at this.
Tony Brothers.
Look.
referee.
No, here's the connection. NBA Finals. You got hit by Tony Brothers, who looks like a testicle manscaped. There's all of it.
Magic Johnson.
How many people are actually watching live tonight? I feel like it's us 5 and like 4 more people.
No, I see it hit like 600 at one point.
We're at 450 right now, and I don't know if she's still here, but my sister usually watches these, and I hope she signed off by now because man, this has gone down a hole.
Oh, my brother sometimes watches these, and he likes to ask questions that are very embarrassing for me at the beginning. 452 people are still watching this. They just need levity and humor, man, and we're providing that.
Did your brother go to Harvard as well?
No, my brother actually went to Vanderbilt University, which is another prestigious.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how the hell did you end
Yeah.
up at 5 Reasons?
Skip
What are you
Bayless went
talking
there.
about? Bro, you
Well,
you
hold on.
are-
If Ethan's watching, I love it here. 5 Reasons. I'm not with Dutch. I'm just
Dutch,
saying.
you understand that 5 Reasons is not my real job, right? Like, you know this is not how I make money.
It might as well be.
I know I do this a lot because I have a job. I have a job that pays me a lot of money that just lets me do podcasts at 9:30 in the morning, and I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, and I can stay up to 1. I can stay up to 1 o'clock in the morning and still do my job tomorrow. Now, did I graduate from my college? No, I did not. Why am I telling you guys all this?
Turn into a
That
therapy
moment of
session
silence
real
is
quick.
the only moment of silence we've ever had.
It's like, Alf, do you have
Gotta
a
keep
college?
Manny up.
You
I
went
wanna
to
tell
UF,
you-
didn't you,
cut
Alf?
it
You went
off.
to UF, right?
I did go to UF. I didn't
Okay.
graduate. I went there and I partied my ass off out there. I had a
it's
great
fine.
time.
UF's a garbage school. Sorry, Manny.
Shout
I'm
out
happy
Kansas.
for you, but I hate UF. I can't. Stupid.
It is
kid.
a trash school. Fuck
It's
UF.
it's a trash school, but a great fast food scene. If you're, it's a very great fast food scene.
Royal, where did you go?
I graduated from FAMU.
My nigga. Can I say that?
Definitely get 5 an hour.
You've already said it like twice today. Have you not noticed?
Have I?
You said it about Eric Thomas twice.
When did you graduate?
2009.
Oh, you don't know any of my people. You way too young.
Yeah,
But
I'm 32.
well, no, we're gonna bring you on like Light Skin Opinions. Christopher Maddox graduated from FAMU.
I've listened. I know.
Most of my friends graduated from FAMU because they all went to BA, then went to FAMU, and now I go up there for homecoming and have the time of my life.
I still live in
And
Tallahassee, man. You should pull up to my house, bro. Like
You live in Tallahassee.
Absolutely. I met my wife here. We just had a baby. My son just turned 1, so like we just kind
Oh,
of.
snap.
Congrats.
I'm mad at you right now. Nobody.
Man, listening to Royals life stuff is so much more uplifting than Alf's. No offense, Alf. We love you, but like
Look what I've gotten through.
Eddie Jones is his uncle.
Eddie Jones is his cousin.
FAMU graduate.
FAMU graduate, wife and kids.
Who cares why you got kicked out of school, man?
I had a baby when I was 18 too, so my daughter is 14. So
Man, okay, Roy, you're my hero too, man. I'm out here 39 and just winging it.
It's fine. You figured out the Tootsie's glitch with the getting your money back. It's fine. That's a different kind of hero.
Listen, not all heroes wear capes.
Yeah. Everybody goes at their own pace.
Not all heroes have degrees. Okay. All right, Royal.
Some are 6'6" white guys that with handles.
Royal, I'm gonna give you the fuck. Okay, so you have the calm for the next 45 seconds while I go get another drink.
all right.
Oh God, man, he's gonna be up so late.
Nah, so we're gonna steer this back to the game actually, so that we can give some people. We've been on here for an hour and 15 minutes. Glad that so many people stayed on with us. I've had a blast. This is my first time on the pod, so yeah. Let's talk. I wanted to talk some about Duncan and how we can possibly get him back going in game 2. So I'll start with Alfredo. And then we'll work our way around. So Alfredo,
they gotta get back to their dribble handoff game, and Duncan has to start hunting shots because today it looked like he was expecting to get shots up and he just couldn't. And they were extending their defense. They looked like they were scared to death of him. Alf said something earlier on Twitter that they were absolutely scared to death of Duncan every time that he came off of a screen, and they were flexing their defense. So he's just gonna have to work harder. He's going to have to work harder. That's the simple answer. You got to work a little bit harder to get your space and then get shots up. He has to get up at least 10 threes. Yeah. If not, the Heat offense doesn't work.
Okay. All right. I like that. I'm sorry. I don't see the names anymore. This is my first pod, so we're going to go with Ellen. I don't remember Ellen.
Thanks. What was the question?
The question was, what can we do to kind of help Duncan get back going on the right path in game 2?
I feel like he's been just so spotty throughout the postseason that it's just, just get back to the basics. I'm just going to give a very coach-like answer, but just get back to the basics.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah. I just feel like, the plays we normally run for Duncan are almost usually the same, right? You've got like that. You got like that dribble handoff, right? Where you've got Bam with the ball. He comes around, Bam hands it off, and he sets the screen. I think we got to try to do something a little bit differently with Duncan to get him open. Whether that's just Duncan having to run more or Spo having to be more creative with the plays for him, right? Trying to set some different off-ball screens all the way on the other side of the court or something. Either that or you've got to honestly look to take Duncan off the floor because defensively he's not helping, right? So if he's not going to be making shots and he's not taking them and he's not open, you got to look for something different there. I still think Duncan should start, but if he's 0 points, 4 rebounds, 0 assists, he's too big a liability on defense to leave in the game.
The Heat ran a really pretty in the second quarter, a really pretty side pick and roll with Tyler Hero. Maybe put Duncan in that action and get him the corner 3. So
Dutch is great value. Tate Martell is an old take that's been said like 20 times on Twitter.
Oh, I'd never heard that. That's so funny.
But I kind of want to jump on talking about with Tyler Hero. He's another one who needs to kind of have a bounce back game in game 2. He was pretty inconsistent with the ball and without the ball. Didn't seem very active at all. Like, what are some of the things that you guys believe that could happen with Tyler? We'll go in the same order.
Alfredo.
Okay. Tyler. He's always a little bit careless with the ball. But I like to see him get it a little bit higher and run and set his screens higher. Run high pick and roll with Tyler instead of trying to run him through the action and then across the court. Because when they run him across the court and they switch onto him, they're switching always with a guy who's longer, lengthier, and stronger than he is. So it takes him a little while to get position to catch the ball. So I'd like to see him run offense from the top of the key. Run it high so that way he could go downhill and then find shooters if he has to find them. But you need to create space just naturally with Tyler Hero. You can't run him through the key and hope that he could get open on these guys on the perimeter.
Dutch?
Yeah, no, I'm just basically just piggyback exactly what Alfredo said. You're right. I mean, Tyler's always at his best. You know, I don't like when he's. I think Alf, the less important Alf, mentioned it earlier that Tyler can't run the off. Like, he don't like when Tyler runs the offense. Watch me in daytime television if you like me so much. I will harass the cameraman though. Oh, Alf, the important Alf is back.
Hey,
Wow, the important Alf. That's fucked up.
The important Alf is back.
Royal's still taking charge. I'm just over. Royal, ask me a question if you want me to talk.
How do you get Tyler Hero back? That's what's been the question.
How do you get Tyler Hero back on track? That's the question that we got going around.
Tyler Hero's gonna be straight, man. Like he got a little jitter. First of all, he got thrown into a role he wasn't ready for.
Yeah.
Okay, like that's the biggest thing. Like we got to stop, and I'm gonna turn my light back on because I got my fan in here. Because oh my god, I was sweating my ass off. I was sweating through my shirt. I don't know if y'all saw that. That's part of the alcohol has nothing to do with it. Anyway, Tyler's going to get back on track because that's what Tyler Hero does. And one of the things I need you guys to remember is, man, this team has not lost 2 games in a row the entire postseason. Every time
Alex Solana.
Alex Solana's here?
No, this guy said I looked like Alex Solana.
If Solana wasn't Hispanic. Fucking listen, mute your mic if you're gonna crack up at like side comments. All right. I was giving real analysis, okay? The Heat have not lost 2 games in a row, right? Every time they lose a game, Jimmy gets mad, Bam gets mad, and they're like, nah, you're going to see more effort out of us. Because in the zone tonight, Alfredo, you saw it. What was the problem with the zone? It wasn't the fact that the zone wasn't well constructed. The zone, like they literally would never get into the right spots in the zone off of makes. Like they were out of positions all the time. Alpha, I wore a 5 Reasons shirt. This is a 5 Reasons shirt. And this is the same shirt I wore that they won in Game 6. Now I will go back. I don't wear the same shirt after a loss. I'm going to do everything I have to do. Everyone got mad at me because I changed my Avi. I did. But I've changed my Avi twice during the playoffs. It hasn't affected anything. I might go back to the old Avi. We'll see what happens. But Tyler Hero is going to be back. As long as Bam Adebayo is ready to play, like I still believe Heat in 6. If Bam Adebayo can't play, I believe it's a wrap. It's done.
Yeah, I was going to say with Tyler, I mean, Tyler is just, the shots just got to go in. I don't think I saw many, if any, shots. There was maybe like 1 or 2 shots that Tyler took all night that I was like, probably shouldn't have taken that. The rest of them, I was like, those are shots he's got to take. He was either open for them or he was contested, but it's shots he's made before. I think with him, it's just a matter of it falling. I think Duncan's the one that really needs some more coaching help or just throw them up there for something else. But Tyler, I'm not too worried about him. And at the end of the day, this is Tyler's first time playing in a game of this magnitude, right? Like, I would be nervous as hell. And I think for what it was for the stage and his age, I still think he played fairly decent. Everything considered.
Michael, my biggest thing about Duncan is Duncan relies on guys to get him open.
Yeah.
And they just went away. First of all, Bam getting in foul trouble very early. Bam gets Duncan open like nobody else does.
Yep.
And they just went away from it. And honestly, I think that was the biggest problem. They went away from their offense. Whenever they go away from their offense, you know what you see happening? Big numbers from Jimmy.
Yeah.
Because he has to bail them out a lot. And when Jimmy's bailing them out all the time, it's a bad sign for that offense.
Oh, but this is an easy question, I think, for all of us, right? We can all say Duncan.
Absolutely.
Of the 2. Yeah.
But I think Al touched on something really important about Bam's early foul trouble. That was something that I don't think we mentioned during this entire time. The second foul in particular, where he got the foul on LeBron James, arms just straight up in the air, that was terrible. And I believe that set the tone, for how they were going to play, because you saw like right after that, Bam got a lot more tentative. Like when he got back into the game, he was a lot more passive in his defense and stuff. And that's kind of like Like you can't have that kind of stuff, especially in the game of this magnitude when you lose Dragic.
There were dunks that Bam wouldn't contest because he didn't want to pick up
Ethan's
another foul.
coming on. Oh, he's
Yeah.
gonna get roasted. Oh no.
Oh, Ethan coming? Let's go.
Shit.
Probably tired of it.
How many people are still watching? I want
We have
live
like
watching.
450
483.
people.
Why are you guys still watching? Thank you guys.
Why
so
are you
much.
still here then?
Me? Oh, because I'm just drunk and I wanted to talk to people. my girlfriend went home because it was a Heat game, and she was like, "I'm not gonna be with you all motherfucking night while you are here talking shit to other people." And I'm like, honestly, you know what? I don't blame her. Like this is not a great date night. Is all I'm saying.
On the Bam foul, I think the Lakers took 27 free throws to our 14.
Yeah,
that
I will say that no, they got into the paint more. I'm not gonna blame. I'm not. I only thing I can blame officiating for is getting Bam in foul trouble really quickly. But this was not officiating.
Well, that's stupid. No, this wasn't officiating's fault. Like that was absolutely not it. But it definitely didn't help, especially in moments like when Jimmy makes his shot, goes to the line, and the Lakers are all running around like a bunch of idiots, yelling at the referee. Or if it was anybody else, they'd get a technical. But it's the Lakers, so it's legitimate.
That's bullshit. Royal.
Like how often can the Lakers complain about a foul and then get it 10 minutes after the play's over? Like that's the problem. It's like the referees won't call the foul until they complain about it, and so they complain about every drive to the basket, every layup attempt, and it's like all five players, and at some point, like you have to, I believe the ref should take control of some portions of that. Don't take control over the game, but just kind of take control of players being that demonstrative about foul calls when they're not being touched.
Yeah,
honestly. Go ahead.
And what was happening on that play, if you remember, Jimmy kept asking for the ball, and he kept saying, "I'm either shooting a free throw or I'm not, but make a decision." And the referees just kept staring at the Lakers, complaining, not calling a delay of game penalty, which they should have. And all of a sudden, they go to commercial, they come back from commercial, and the Lakers are still arguing. And then they say, "Okay, Frank Vogel's going to challenge the call." That literally took like 4 minutes with Jimmy standing at the free throw line. Yeah. Like, come on. Like, that's just not right.
Alejandro. I was pissed because you could literally hear Jimmy yelling, "Come on," just looking at somebody because Rondo's cutting back and forth in front of him, trying to like cut off the referee. I'm like, this is some BS, man.
Somebody was asking me, "Can I fire Ethan Skolnick?" No, I can't. But Ethan can fire me, and if he goes back and watches this post game show, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get fired. Roy, how did you do while I was gone getting another drink?
Oh, I was terrible. Some people
isn't it crazy? Sorry, but speaking of refs and all that, isn't it crazy how LeBron can react and never get a tech?
Oh yeah,
bro, that demonstrative bullshit that he does.
In the first quarter, did you see like he like jumped up and like went absolutely nuts over like? I mean, it was like a bang call, but like it was like the first quarter, like.
Okay, but he did that here too, though.
No, okay, he didn't do it to that extent.
I'm just saying, like, how does he never get a tech?
I don't think he did it to that extent. I don't think he did it to that extent, and even if he did. Like it's just still so unbecoming. Yeah. I honestly I personally think he's the greatest basketball player of all time. Mm-hmm. Like the funny thing is like people talk about Team Petty, Stay Petty. I created Team Petty and Stay Petty. Like I am the one who started the fucking hashtag. Yeah. But I still think that LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of all time.
Yeah, he is.
That shit that he does is so unbecoming. All right, Ethan. We've been going for about oh my god, we're like 90 minutes.
Tony Brothers.
What are you doing? Why aren't you back in your hotel room?
Well, I should be. I'm one of only 3 people here. I see Jared Greenberg down there. We had to do the pod, and I had to post the pod, and I had to post make sure Brady's story was up there. So I'm doing actual work, and then of course the first thing that comes in here is fire Ethan. That can't happen because I'm in charge.
Somebody asked if I could fire you.
No, you can't. That's not in the contract. Why is there a picture of Tony Brothers?
It's part of
How
our.
much time do you have? Do you have another hour and a half to explain?
It's part of our man. It's part of our Manscaped ad.
Okay. Oh, you're shaving Tony Brothers' eyebrows?
No, we're just saying don't let your balls look like Tony Brothers or Alex Caruso. Is what.
That's a good way.
Which I think is a good angle to go on. I think I'm a really good ad man.
I you're an excellent ad man. I need some of those drinks. So there's nobody down there right now, by the way. This is it.
Oh, that's insane.
That's where,
Ethan, go practice some layups.
That's where the massacre occurred, right down there. I can't show you my credential because I'll get kicked out of here. But yeah, it's not good. None of this was good tonight. Also, wasn't good that, of course, ESPN and The Athletic never credit us for breaking news, fuckers. But Greg and I had that first, as usual. Yeah, it was not good in any way. I mean, it's almost hard to focus on the game, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost hard to focus on the game because there's so many things that went wrong and so many bad matchups. But the Dragic thing is so deflating that it's just, you know, and I don't see how he plays. I mean, if you guys remember the Tim Hardaway injury, late '90s, you know, Alf and Alfredo would be the most likely to remember this.
Yeah.
But he was dealing with plantar fasciitis for like a whole year. You know, I mean, he was waiting for the damn thing to pop. And apparently that's what happened tonight is it popped for Dragic. You don't play right after that. You just don't. So
Didn't Joe Johnson do it one time, though?
Yeah, Joe Johnson did play through some of it, but I don't know. Joe Johnson is bionic. I mean, he's like Big Three champion? I don't. I mean, this is unfair to me. I mean, seriously, all I did was come up here and sit and watch a game.
That's all that needed to happen, and that was it.
And you destroyed the Heat's chances of a championship.
Yeah.
I mean, really, is it? I mean,
kids are crying because of you.
They gave up a 75-30 run because I was here, and then then their three best players all got hurt because
because of you.
Yeah, they saw you and they'd rather be anywhere else.
Ethan, you and I are switching for Friday. It'll change the results. We'll be fine.
Oh,
we're fine.
Bam was indestructible until you showed up. Yes,
that's true.
You know what? I did cause it in one sense because I had already booked my hotel for Game 7 up here, and as soon as
God, I hate you so much. I hate you so much.
As soon as I did that, I knew it was all downhill from there. So I do apologize that.
Bro, cancel all your just come home. Cancel all your hotel room. Come home. You can watch the game with me in my apartment. But first of all, I honestly don't think you should come
still a
over
watch party too.
That's a good point there from Perry. If Ethan had passed the first COVID test, Deuce Tatum would be in the finals right now. That's true. Because they would have lost to Indiana if I would have. They would have lost.
Honestly, Ethan, I don't want to wish more COVID upon you, but I kind of do.
Where to get it again?
I have the antibodies now. I don't think I could get. By the way, I don't even think I ever had it because apparently everybody's false positive on those tests. I was talking to some people today. Apparently, the NBA has a false positive problem. So the
worst thing that's happened is that you got the antibodies.
I know.
And now you're immune. Like honestly, I just want you to keep failing COVID tests. Like I want you to be healthy, but you've been coughing since I met you.
No, that's true. I've always coughed. It's a post-nasal drip. That's a Jewish thing. So anyway, do you have any solutions for how they can win a game in this series? Because I'm not really seeing it right now after what I watched today.
I want the Lakers to shoot like the Lakers and the Heat to shoot like the Heat. Today was an outlier. Like now the Dragic injury changes everything.
Yeah.
But tonight was there was a lot of outlier performances. Like I'm not afraid of KCP shooting. I'm not afraid of Rondo shooting. I'm not afraid of Markieff Morris. I'm not afraid of a lot of these guys. Like there was outlier. The Lakers shot like the Heat, and the Heat shot like the Lakers. And now if that switches in game 2, it's a 1-1 series, and everyone figured. And now it's a whole different thing. We watched this in 2013 as teams got blown out and blown out and blown out, and it went to 7 games.
Mm-hmm.
I said the Lakers are going to win game 1. Heat will win game 2. Lakers are going to win game 3, and I think the Heat are going to win 3 straight games because now at that point it's 3 games against each other with rosters that both of the coaches have figured out. And now I'm trusting Eric Spoelstra against Frank Vogel.
Yeah, but all that sounds good until Dragic got hurt. I was kind of with you on it until I just think it changes the whole equation. Somebody just asked if Nunn's going to start. Greg, we just did this on 5 on the floor. Greg thinks that Hero is going to start.
That's a bad idea.
None of us think that's a good one.
He thinks Hero will start and Nunn will come off the bench. I tend to agree with you because at least Nunn has some chemistry with Jimmy. And I think at least to get him a little bit. Honestly, I thought Jimmy's game tonight was exactly what they wanted from the start. It just everything got out of sorts out of that. What do you guys think of the Solomon Hill minutes tonight? Because he was a +3, which stunned me in 16 minutes. But like they don't have to guard him. Like I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of it.
Well, they had so few guys that were willing to be physical with AD that it was nice to see one guy that was physical.
Yeah.
With AD. Yeah. So I was fine with his spot minutes. I thought his spot minutes were good when the game was actually in doubt.
Right.
And, I thought his spot minutes were fine. Against Anthony Davis, I don't remember anybody else actually getting into Anthony Davis and moving him off of his spot except Solomon Hill, oddly enough.
And Jay did a good job. Jay did a good job.
He tried. Yeah, Jay. And one other thing before I go here, because I do want to catch one of the buses tonight, because otherwise I'll get stuck in the bubble, and there's no chance then the Heat will ever win another game.
We're screwed.
What do you think of Tyler Hero being -35 in 30 minutes tonight? I've never seen that number before.
That was terrible.
Did he seem that bad to you?
I think he got thrown into a situation that he wasn't ready for. Yeah. The Dragic thing, like he got put in minutes and put into lineups that he wasn't. There was a lineup when he was out there with Solomon Hill and Derrick Jones Jr. and Kelly Olynyk. Like that is just not conducive to and it just threw everything off. Like I feel like they can do things going forward if they know that Dragic isn't going to play, but where they were in that limbo stage, like they put out some lineups. Like to me, Solomon Hill wasn't a problem. The problem is playing Solomon Hill and Derrick Jones Jr. at the same time, with Kelly Olynyk as your big. Like it's like what? Like
LeBron
honestly,
wasn't guarding anybody. LeBron literally was not guarding anybody.
No. If I put that lineup out there in 2K, like they literally would just like shut the game off and disqualify.
I'll put that lineup in. I'll run it on 2K and put it on our YouTube channel. We'll watch us get blown out by like 50 points.
It's a very bad decision. But it literally was all it was just so. Tonight was a lot of outlier shit that I don't take a lot from tonight basketball wise, except for the fact that going forward they might not have Dragic, and they probably won't have Dragic.
Yeah. I don't think they.
And I think the only silver lining, and I said it earlier on the show, and I'll repeat it for Ethan. I think Spoelstra knows now that it's a good thing when Dwight Howard's on the floor, so he has to figure out a way through lineups to force their hand and have a big out there, slow the game down, play half court basketball. Because once they get out on the break, it's a wrap.
Alfredo, which big? See, I think Vogel's already figured it out. He only played. He only played Dwight 6 minutes in the first half. He played those 6 minutes. He was a -13. He never put him back in again.
Well, they're going to have to play a lot of Kelly Olynyk and Bam together. That's the only way I can see it.
It was crazy.
Yeah. But the other problem with it is the Lakers can take. They didn't play McGee. They can take Howard and McGee completely out. Play a lot of Markieff Morris. And still be functional. I mean,
but Ethan, that plays into the Heat's hands.
It does, but Alf, this idea. I mean, what happened with Olynyk, where he's going minutes with either Jay Crowder or Solomon Hill at the 5, like the big lineups. I mean, I
it didn't make sense.
He doesn't want to play two bigs together. Okay, I sort of get that. Even though I like some Olynyk Bam minutes, but to have no bigs, that lineup has not worked the entire playoffs. Okay, no matter who he is stuck at the 5 instead of Bam. It's been a disaster. Look at those numbers. He knows the numbers. So there's got to be something with Kelly he doesn't like right now because it just doesn't make any sense. I mean,
do you think Myers?
Greg thinks they're going to play Myers. Greg thinks.
I think Myers gets minutes because he's their best defensive rebounder.
Yeah.
Yep.
But he's a better defensive rebounder than even Bam.
But even in the 2 games versus the Lakers, though, I think in both games combined, he had like 1 rebound. Yeah. Like the whole time that they were playing in the regular season. So I don't think Myers was effective during the regular season. I don't think he'll be effective this series either.
Yeah, but I
But
mean,
what-
I think you've got to try it out. I think he has a better chance trying to grab defensive rebounds as opposed to Kelly Olynyk.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
exactly.
So-
What I will say, he gives you better minutes than Kelly does.
Yeah.
As far as that's concerned, the thing with Myers is he going to shoot
Yeah.
the way that Kelly the way that Kelly will pull that trigger? The thing, if they're going to play Myers, any big that they play
Just throw it
alongside,
up, just shoot it.
you got to shoot. And
Yeah.
and Myers is so reluctant to shoot sometimes. It's frustrating when you watch him.
The other good point that Greg made on the pod, Alex might have made the same point, is that one of the things we didn't talk. We keep talking about the Lakers' size up front, but I think a big issue for the Heat is their size in the backcourt, because some of these other teams that the Heat played, you had a Brogdon or you had a Bledsoe, you had a smaller guard at Georgia. This team really doesn't have that, right? KCP is a legit 6'5", 6'4", 6'5". Danny Green is a legit, he's swingman size. He's not small guard size. And so the Heat have made up for their rebounding deficiency with their bigs, with their perimeters and their wings rebounding for them. But they don't have size advantages in this series. So on the perimeter.
But see, to me, tonight wasn't about the problem with rebounding. Like it was, the problem was that the Heat's best shooters missed wide open threes, and the Lakers, who don't shoot well, hit their threes.
Yeah.
Like to me, that's the game. I think we're making we do too much. The analysis gets way too complicated. The Heat missed a lot of shots that they make, and the Lakers made a lot of shots that they don't normally make. Right. And I think if those things, if the situation gets reversed and things go back, and like Tony Fiorentino always says, water reaches its level, Eric. Like if these teams get back to what they do, this is a much closer.
Now,
this game comes down to the wire. Like literally, if Duncan Robinson hits and shoots. And then the Heat just went away from their offense completely and just started relying on Jimmy Butler.
Alf, they only turned it over 8 times tonight, and they gave up a 7.
But it wasn't about turnovers, Ethan. Listen, it's not about optimism. It's not about optimism. It's about watching a lot of playoff basketball and not overreacting to one game blowout.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you on that, because the history of the playoffs is you can get blown out one game and
it's just like stop trying to find narratives off of a game.
No, but I actually said that I thought the Heat would win this series in 7, but get blown out twice. Okay, so I'm not stunned, because I thought if a game got away from them, it was going to really get away from them. But there's some things that bothered me tonight. Okay, they took care of the ball, they didn't turn it over, and yet the Lakers still got out in transition. I understand the shooting disparity is not going to be quite like that every game, and I understand Hero will settle down. But to me, the Dragic injury changes everything. He was the X factor to me in this series. They really had not had a good answer for guarding him historically, and they didn't guard him particularly well in the game in Los Angeles this year. And I even saw some things in the first half tonight that were promising for him. And not to have him, it's just Nunn's not going to give them the same things they would have got out of Goran.
That changes things. To me, that changes
things a lot.
That changes things a lot. But what I will say is what happened tonight. The Lakers' performance tonight does not scare me, because their performance tonight was a lot of outlier bullshit, and I'm not scared of any of it.
It was a bunch of stuff that came up, right? So the first half, when we had most of our team healthy, they shot the lights out, which doesn't happen. Second half, they eventually did come back down, because I think, their 3-point shooting ended at 40% for the Lakers. But then in that second half, you're talking about, then you got Bam injured. Then Jimmy rolled his ankle again, so you had to pull him out. It just kept piling on. And I think Spoelstra got to a point where all of his plans were out the window. And it was just like, okay, let's just watch and see what they do. And maybe we'll do something different in game 2.
Yeah, well, no, he does get to that point. And then it was just like, okay, Kendrick, just go. And it really became the second half of that game that, like, the fourth quarter just became, can we get Kendrick some rhythm? And I think that was productive. To me, that was the most productive. The 2 best things that happened for them tonight were Kendrick, showing that he had some rhythm, and Jimmy's start, because I think Jimmy's start can be replicated. They got away from it. They got destroyed the first time Jimmy came out of the game. And that's another problem that I see, because typically when Jimmy comes out of the game, Goran takes a lot of that burden, and now they don't have him. So all in all, Alf. Again, I picked him to win this series, but the Dragic injury to me makes this a 5-game series. The other way, if he can't go, I don't see how they make up for his loss. I just don't. And
I'll give you another Spoelstra mistake from this game when they always schedule a rest for LeBron in every single game at 7 minutes in the first quarter. The Heat were rolling at that point. And you can see Vogel looking at LeBron like, man, I might have to bring you back because we might be down 20 here. Mm-hmm. And Spoelstra responded by sitting Bam and then deciding, okay, we're going to try to coast and try to hold this lead. And they didn't increase on it at all.
Is that when Bam had the second foul, though? Because Bam picked up that second foul.
Yeah, I would have played him through. I would have forced referees to blow their whistles on my stars. That's usually what some coaches do. And I think Spoelstra needed to do that.
I think that
15-point lead could have turned to 20.
I think that's a tough ask, though, considering how early in the game that was that Bam picked up that second foul. Like it was still in the first quarter, and so it's tough to try and consider playing Bam through that, knowing that you would have to play Kelly or Myers if Bam picked up that third
and having the lead, like we had the lead too. So you're saying push him through when we have the lead, so that then you might lose him later in the game when you need him more.
Well, here's what seen him pick up a bullshit foul too, and so the concern was they could get a bullshit third foul because the first foul was a foul, the second foul was not a foul. And
here's my thing, Ethan. And we've talked about this, so I want you. What did the Celtics do? What did the Lakers do that can be replicated on Friday night?
Anthony Davis,
right?
But beyond that.
But the other thing did the Heat do? Into consideration is LeBron was super passive tonight, and I don't know. I mean, he only had 4 shot attempts late in the second quarter, and I don't think that's going to be replicated, and I don't think that's going to be good for the Heat.
But there's not a single thing that happened tonight that's going to affect the way that they play LeBron.
Yeah, but you got to remember LeBron's gravity also. Like, he draws defenders. He was opening things up for his teammates in that first half.
Yeah, honestly,
in the first half. Yes.
My thing is, like, honestly, to me, I'd rather LeBron be taking jump shots than passing the ball.
Right. Well,
and then what happens is
the second defender to him though, and
but if he keeps passing to KCP and KCP keeps missing 3-point shots like he's supposed to, and if they miss the shot, like if they keep missing the shots that they missed that they made that they're supposed to miss because of games and games of history.
Yes.
Like LeBron becomes less effective as a passer. Like we're all like, oh well, LeBron was so effective as a passer because these motherfuckers were making shots they never make.
Well, the simple fact is that the Lakers set the franchise record for threes made in a half and field goal percentage in the first half. As long as you could keep the Lakers from breaking their franchise records from 3 in the first half, I think you're doing all right.
And that he can like shoot what they normally shoot. Like I don't think the series is over. And this is the thing is this is my favorite part of every playoff series, every finals. My favorite part is Ethan trying to navigate because you guys don't understand how much shit Ethan has in his hands right now.
I do. No, I got a lot.
Like, he has like
hold on, I'll show you. They gave me this little plastic bag. I don't know what this is for. Here.
Do you not have a laptop bag?
I do. I'm carrying.
He does. It's on his shoulder.
Yeah, but like. I bet you he has cords everywhere. It's a fucking nightmare.
I do.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. I've been with Ethan at games. It's a nightmare. It's a I said this on 5 on the Floor a couple of times. He will leave his laptop bag in the media room and then walk around with his laptop in his hand with the fucking charger on top of it and walk around the arena. I'm like, motherfucker, you got a laptop bag for this reason. He's like, oh, if I bring the bag, I'll leave it somewhere. I'm like, you left it in the media room, motherfucker. Like, just take. Like, you're embarrassing me. Like, you look messy as shit.
Alf, it just occurred to me that Ethan can redeem himself from his performance here today
by coming home.
What the hell did I do?
There's one thing he can do. Remember Greg Doyle He changed the series in 2011. Ethan needs to ask LeBron a question.
Yep. But there's no
What is the question, though?
LeBron this time. There's no question. There was an obvious question that time. He was total dog shit in the fourth quarter, and that's what Doyle went with. But this time,
Tell me he was dog shit in the first quarter.
That's true. That's true.
I'm not deterred. Heat in 6, man. I said Lakers game 1, Heat game 2, Lakers game 3, and the Heat gonna win 3 straight after Spo figures out Vogel's bullshit offense. Oh my God. Is Spo gonna be able to figure out Vogel's offense? Yes, he will. Believe me.
Oh, I got lost. Okay, this is another thing that I've done a few times. All right, I'm out because I want to get out of here before the shuttle leaves.
Either's gonna end up in fucking Sarasota before the night is over.
Somebody call the bus driver. Tell him to take him the wrong way.
Look at you guys. You're supposed to be on my side. Good night.
Good night. Jesus Christ, that guy, he's a nightmare. Oh my God, he fucking at Heat games. Like he literally walks around with his laptop in his hands with like all kinds of cords on top of it, just walking around like a server. It's so weird. I got my laptop in my backpack. I'm like, I can tweet from this. Like, I don't get it.
And that earbud game, man, like Jesus. Like, yes, fix that.
Listen, at least he didn't have the wires all tangled up tonight.
Okay. So Alf, you still say Heat in 6. Is everybody else still saying Heat win series? Because I said Heat in 6 to start, and I'm good sticking with it for now.
Don't be shook. Don't be a bitch, Michael.
Yeah. I'm sticking with it.
Michael, don't be no bitch, bro.
I'm not. Damn, Dutch left, and now I'm the new Dutch. Holy shit.
Don't be no bitch. Roy, what did you say before the game?
I had Heat in 7.
Heat in 7?
Yeah. Receipts. We need the receipts.
Did you change your mind?
Doing. Oh no! So if you need receipts, then check out my column on 5.
I'm good. I got a video for my receipts too, so I'm good.
But yeah, I picked Heat in 7. No, I'm not really moved by this. Like I knew we were going to get blowed out one game. I didn't expect it to be game 1. I did expect
2 games. There's going to be 2 blowouts.
Sure, but I expected us to win game 1, but we didn't. So, but I'm still not deterred. I still think the Heat have opportunities to be able to affect the Lakers' offense and be able to get their own offense off. So I'm still going with Heat in 7.
Alfredo.
Yeah, Heat in 6. Heat in 6, and it's down to Kendrick Nunn. Okay, we didn't want it to come down to Kendrick Nunn. But Kendrick Nunn has to do a reasonable Goran Dragic impersonation the rest of the series.
If we get down 30 points, Kendrick Nunn, I tell Kendrick exactly what you did when we were down 30 points. Do it again. Just do it again.
Go out there and be
just shoot it. Just shoot it. And if you're missing, sit down.
Just
At that point, sit down.
I wouldn't sit him down. I'd be like, yo, be Goran.
Shoot it.
I'm with that. I'm with that though, Alf. Like it's like go out there and be your best version of Goran Dragic.
Yeah.
Aggressive and do what you've been doing. Shoot that mid-range jumper. Like go out there. They can't guard you either.
He started 67 games, was first team All-NBA.
There was a reason for it.
There was a reason for all those things.
I used to coach a lot of youth basketball. And if my son's spot got taken by another guy and that guy got injured, I'd be like, you know that motherfucker that took your spot? Go play like that motherfucker. Because that motherfucker took your spot. He passed the ball. He made the shots he was supposed to make. He created off the dribble. All the shit that you weren't doing, he did.
Yeah.
And he defended at a high level. And now I'm not going to say Goran Dragic defended at a high level, but he competed. Now, no, listen. And I'm gonna go off on Kendrick Nunn right now. Because there are so many guys on this team that are less athletic than Kendrick Nunn that compete defensively at a way higher level than he does.
Solomon Hill.
Let's
talk about people like Goran or Duncan.
No, let's talk about the white people. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, the white Tyler Hero.
Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, Goran Dragic, all defend and compete defensively.
In tonight's game, LeBron decided I'm gonna clown Tyler Hero on this one.
And he didn't.
Tyler Hero picked his pocket and got the break going the other way.
Tyler Hero got him on another play down the court where then LeBron turned around and was like, guys, where's the help defense?
Yeah.
You got beat by Tyler Hero, LeBron. Don't
you
did. You got beat.
But what I'm trying to say about Kendrick Nunn is, Kendrick, You're more athletic. You're more physical.
Yeah.
Like you are a better defender than any of these guys are. But they don't get, bro. Nobody. The worst defender on the Miami Heat by far is Kendrick Nunn. And people say, "Oh, well, you piling on Kendrick." No, I'm not. I've watched him play. Nobody fights less on a pick than Kendrick Nunn.
He absolutely
Like,
dies on screens.
Dies, just
He
dies. Oh
dies
my God.
he dies on screens. Bro.
Oh, I'm talking about Baptist church, speaking tongues, praying.
No, and he does
I'm
like
talking about just hands in the air.
and he does
calling
like
for
the
Jesus.
worst, and he does and he picks certain spots to do the worst thing possible that you can do on a sequence. Like when Chris Middleton kept popping up at the top of the key and he kept running way under the screens, allowing wide open Chris Middleton threes. Like, come on.
But look, at the
It's
same
just
time, too,
stupidity.
right? Like Jeff Van Gundy said something during the broadcast that I really tried to just mute him out because the dude's an idiot. He's like, "Oh, I don't believe in that next man up." What do you mean you don't believe in it? What are you talking about?
About Mark Jackson was like, bro, I've been in your fucking locker room when you
Yeah.
said,
I played for you, bro.
Like, what do you want them to do? Oh, the guy's down. Well, guys, we just lost the guy that was obviously better than you. Everybody phoned it in. Look, if Kendrick Nunn doesn't turn it up defensively here in the finals, I think that's our official stamp to say he's not Heat culture.
hey, why are NBA ratings down? Oh, because the motherfuckers that call the games
Oh God,
literally
they're so bad.
shit on everybody that plays the current
Bro,
game.
My wife knows nothing about basketball. She just knows what I tune in every once in a while, watching some of the videos that I put up. She's literally doing work and she can hear the TV and she's like, "What the hell are they talking about? I thought there was a basketball game on." I'm like, that's a really good question. They're just talking shit right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have all their partners, ESPN and TNT. This is one of my biggest pet peeves. They promote three guys in the league. It's either LeBron 24/7 or it's Kawhi, and then they sprinkle in a little Giannis, and that's it. Because
That's the
I
problem.
run into casual basketball fans all the time, and when you could tell like how poorly a sport is promoted by the questions that they ask you. Like I've had casual basketball fans ask me, "So that Tyler Hero pick, it worked out?" I'm like, yeah, it worked out.
Pretty
Of course it worked out.
But
Or like the other day, a guy tells me, "Man, that Jamal Murray, he's pretty good, right? He's like a second-year player." And I'm like, "No, he's been around. He's been, it's his fourth year." So yeah,
Kentucky. But but it's also like we were talking. Like I've seen it a lot where the national media doesn't talk about the Heat team after even Heat wins. I guarantee they talk about the Heat tomorrow. Or now this morning.
No, they're going to talk about the dominance of the Lakers.
Yeah.
And the fact that he don't even belong here.
And then when we come back and win game 2, they're going to say, "Oh, well, the Lakers weren't shooting the way they usually do, even though they're shooting their exact average, which is poor as shit." "Oh, the Lakers missed a bunch of open shots. LeBron, what did you not do?" Get out of here. They're not going to give us any credit. And at this point, it doesn't matter.
The Heat are winning game 2.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said when the Heat.
Okay,
win
wait.
game 2.
I'm going to put one caveat on that. If Bam plays.
Oh,
if Bam
absolutely.
plays-
I mean, that's a
Bam
given.
plays. If Bam plays, Kendrick Nunn is going to start with Bam. They're going to win game 2. And then it's going to become, what did the Lakers do wrong in game 2?
And I'll hot take it right now because Alf, you set me up for a lot of Kendrick Nunn zingers in the earlier games in the Milwaukee Bucks or Celtics series. You're like, "Michael, should Kendrick Nunn play?" And I was obligated to say no, but I'll say this. I think Kendrick Nunn will actually come in and have a decent series. I think something about playing against LeBron or the competition, I don't know what it is. I think he'll step it up. I think he'll average around 14 to 16 points per game. Not going to be a game changer, but he's going to be something.
What I'm going to say is that it's not even about, it's about the fact that there's no Goran Dragic breathing down his neck right now to start. Like they need him and he needs them. If you want to continue your career in the NBA, Kendrick Nunn, like you can't be a non-factor in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay.
If not, we'll trade you to the Knicks.
Yeah, and the Knicks will give him a big.
Yeah.
Even if he doesn't play
He's not
another.
a power forward, so the Knicks won't take him.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. They need RJ Barrett. Listen, were you guys on the last episode when I talked about it? Or not? It wasn't the last episode. There was an episode where I talked about RJ Barrett. Were you guys there?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
This is my first pod. I was there as a viewer, probably.
Okay, I said RJ Barrett looks like a Negro League pitcher.
Nope, I was watching. I think that was after the loss.
I was
watching
I was
that
on the air with you.
Yeah, you were there.
I think Tiffany was the one that gave you a bunch of crap too. She's
Yeah,
like, "What are
he-
you talking about?" Yeah,
She was so upset. She was like, I don't even think that's racist. I just feel like I could see RJ Barrett with RJ Barrett he's either a Negro League pitcher or he's the first black guy to play on an all-white college basketball team in the 60s. Like, he just has the face of somebody who like robbed a liquor store with his friends, and he's the one that got away. And his friend in jail was like, "You need to make something of yourself," and like it becomes like an inspirational story. And he made the Knicks.
So is he Shawshank Redemption? That's what you're saying?
No, I feel like he has the same cap
Or
that
maybe
Morgan
the
Freeman
replacement.
had.
The dude who they got out of jail for the replacements on the
No, that's way too new.
You gotta be careful, Al.
That's why I went with
Or
Shawshank
LeBron.
Redemption. I think that movie's from the 90s. I thought he'd
Yeah,
get that one.
RJ Barrett doesn't look like he was born in after 1988. Like,
Al,
he
you gotta
looks-
be careful. You gotta be careful, or
No, I'm not
LeBron will
even
sue
saying
you.
born after. No, not born. He doesn't look like he was. He had to be like 20 in 1988 for my scenario to work. He couldn't be born after 1977. But most likely, in my scenario, RJ Barrett was born around 1934.
They didn't have
It'd be-
He broke a lot of barriers, that guy. I'm proud of
And
RJ Barrett.
and him and Josh Gibson.
We're boys. And,
And
and Satchel Paige taught him how
Yeah.
to pitch.
And honestly, he was Jackie Robinson before Jackie Robinson.
He was
just never
supposed
got
to be
his shot.
Jackie Robinson, but he wasn't as clean cut as Jackie Robinson, and that's why
Yes,
Jackie Robinson
yes.
became Jackie Robinson.
Or tell me, if you saw RJ Barrett with a floppy baseball cap, Bob, and did that like with the baggy pants and the Jackie Robinson shit, and he
Yeah.
was like, "Bop, bop." And I'm telling you guys, think of RJ Barrett the way he looks right now.
Why
And
do
he
I have
had-
the sense? Why do I have the sense that LeBron is going to sue you for stealing a movie idea?
I'm telling you, honestly, RJ Barrett should play Satchel Paige in a biopic. Is it a biopic or a biopic?
Biopic, I think.
I like
Biopic.
biopic.
I
It's not
Biopic sounds
biopic.
fancier.
Manny's slipping. He should put up AJ Barrett and put up a picture of Satchel Paige, and let's see if we're in the
Manny's
ballpark.
Hold on. Oh, wait, hold on. I was distracted. The whole comment section is talking to this one guy whose name is Idiot, who's saying that Bam got bullied because he doesn't like playing physical. I mean, holy shit, guys.
Who says Bam doesn't like playing?
This guy
physical?
literally named Idiot is very well named.
We just got to start blocking.
This is what
weirdos.
happens at 140. These are the people that come out.
He said if you play normal AD Dwight Brown to too, he didn't spell the right too much on the pick and roll actions, easy layups, dunks.
Can't spell for shit.
Oh my god, I can't take anything he says seriously until he gets a
You must not
grammar
have watched
lesson.
because Bam didn't drive in on Dwight a couple times. Okay.
Listen, don't worry, man.
Oh, it's Satchel Paige.
Yes, there he is. That's not the right picture. He almost he looks like he's a 90s basketball player in that picture.
He looks like the kind of guy that plays for a terrible basketball franchise. Oh shit, he is.
Look, it's RJ Barrett.
That is RJ Barrett.
Man, they found a picture of Satchel Paige with the Boston Braves. That's when he was like 65 years
Yeah.
old, and still
Yeah,
striking
holy
people
crap.
out.
Honestly, I feel like if it wasn't two black guys on the show, this would be super racist.
Absolutely.
But we're allowed to say this stuff.
I'm
Yeah,
here as a great
Alfredo
equalizer.
and I wouldn't be able to talk about this, just the two of us.
No.
I'm here as a great equalizer.
Thank you, Royal, because I have things to say
Alf,
about a lot of
I
this
actually
shit.
used to tell people in the stream that you needed me as a sidekick. You and I actually have like the same glasses. I was like, Alf just needs.
Oh, wait a minute. Alf, are you Royal 7 years from now? Hold
Yeah,
on.
pretty much.
What the hell?
Yeah, this is Back to the Future. I come back.
Holy shit.
I'm-
You were the one that gave Brady the almanac. Damn.
I'm about to be mean as fuck. No, my hairline is way better than.
Oh, absolutely, bro. I'm bald as shit, but my
Yeah, yeah. He's Alex Caruso. I'm fucking Goran Dragic.
Caruso, bro.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know. I killed him. Don't say I look older than this motherfucker.
Whoa. I never said you looked older. I never said
I'm
that.
just saying I
said,
am older than him, but I don't look.
I
it.
just said that you're
Do you see
royal
this?
7 years from now. You changed your name. to
There's
get
no
royal start.
Bijan. There's no Bijan in this motherfucker. Like, this shit is natural.
You guys got to go see Tenet. Then we can make some Tenet jokes about this time travel. But
No more pictures of old black guys. I think current pictures of RJ Barrett can stand on their own.
so wait, if we're not putting up those pictures anymore, Alf, should we hide your camera? Or?
Yeah, RJ Barrett and Dick Bavetta, same age. And then this motherfucker,
God, what a dumbass haircut.
hardest lesbian in the yard.
in the league.
Look at him. Look at him.
I don't even think Kyle Kuzma would survive in the WNBA, honestly.
No,
I really don't think
Get
so.
outta here.
I really don't think so.
He was. He wouldn't start. He wouldn't start for the Suns. So what it was? No, what's who won the
Las Vegas Aces? I think are in it.
Yeah,
right
he
now.
wouldn't start for the Aces. I'd ask.
What
I'm gonna.
What happened to Kuzma? He's just gotten worse and worse and worse. It's supposed to be the other way around. You're supposed to get better as you get a little bit older.
No, it's the hair. It's the hair. It just gets more terrible.
I mean, people.
Like,
The comparisons for him were against what Lonzo, right? It was Lonzo and him in summer league. Lonzo was not playing well, so I was like, "Oh, Kuzma's the next big thing." He had a decent season on a terrible Lakers team, and now that the team is good, everybody exposed him for being useless. I mean,
could you imagine if like the Lakers actually traded Kuzma and kept Brandon Ingram? Like if they would have packaged Kuzma and Lonzo and Josh Hart, they still could have got the same thing. They still could have got
No, bro. The best first. See, this is why I don't trust the Lakers to win a championship. It's like they decided like Kuzma was a chip that they weren't going to deal. Like, listen, hey, you want Lonzo Ball? One of the best defensive point guards in the NBA, one of the best passers. Not a great shooter. I'll give you guys that.
Yeah.
But he's not a great shooter, but great defender, great passer. No. You could have that motherfucker.
I honestly think that Lonzo Ball fits in with this Lakers team
Absolutely.
so much better than Kuzma.
They traded him
Just
just so they could start LeBron at point guard.
Yeah.
He's playoff Rondo all the time.
Yep.
Oh, you want Brandon Ingram?
Sure.
Oh,
Why not?
most improved player in the league.
Should not have won it. Come on.
The
I
second
know,
coming
but-
of
okay.
Jamal Wilkes.
Yeah,
His game is Brandon Ingram's game is leaps and bounds. He's gonna be something.
You know what you can't have?
It's
Kyle
Kyle
Kuzma.
Kuzma.
You can't
You
have.
see those tattoos? He's the hardest hitting
yeah.
girl we got.
You can't have this light skin. Sorry, some bitch.
Wait, what's his stat line for tonight? I need to see this. Hold on.
He had an assist. I know that.
He was
He's
1 for
scored.
7. He was 1 for 7 from the field with 8 rebounds, 2 assists, a turnover and a steal.
You know what he isn't? He isn't Brandon Ingram.
Wait,
Exactly.
wasn't there an article that had Kyle Kuzma as the number 4 player in this series? Number 4 or 5?
Okay, no, Nikias didn't. I'm not gonna lie, but there were some guys that put
No, not Nikias. It was like a CBS Sports guy that
Yeah,
put out
they
an
put him at
article.
like number 5 or number 6
Yeah.
in the series. Oh my god, man! But listen,
Alex Kennedy. I think that's who it was.
I will tell you that these analytics guys, like some of these guys, like look at the numbers too much. Like it's like too much. Like guys, just watch basketball.
Yeah,
Like Kyle Kuzma is not good.
it's PFF.
Yeah,
Yeah. Them and
Alfredo knows they're totally
Yeah.
off topic, but they're talking about Solomon Kindly's not a good offensive guard. Okay, shut up. What do you think? Kyle Kuzma's an MVP too? Get out of here.
Yeah, that Jaguar game, they
Yeah.
had Solomon Kinley as the worst rated offensive lineman, and then you watch the whole game on the All-22, and he's just killing people the entire game. So
Yeah.
you don't know what the hell they're watching.
Ridiculous.
Thank you, Baruch Goldberg. Yes, we are here to assuage your fears. The Heat are winning game 2.
And
I don't
yeah,
think.
they're absolutely winning game 2. And at the end of the day, look, I don't know about those here. I'm damn proud of this team.
Yes.
Like
yeah.
this team, I have loved a lot of Heat teams. 2006 was special because that was when I really started getting into it. You know, obviously the LeBron years had something about it. This team, there's just something about the individual pieces, and maybe it's just recency bias, but it's really, really pulling at my heart for favorite Heat team of all time.
You know what makes this thing special for me, and I'm gonna be super self-involved, which is rare for me. Usually,
Yeah, we didn't talk about you getting kicked out of high school.
We never really go into my life.
We're 2 hours and 10 minutes in, by the way. Just
and I've not
130 minutes.
I've not touched on my life at all because I'm more about. Manny was just like, what the fuck? Anyway, I normally don't go into my own personal stuff. Yes, Manny. But I grew up a Lakers fan. Which is funny. People are like, you grew up a Lakers fan? Yes, motherfucker. I was born before the Miami Heat existed.
Manny, how long does it take for you to boot people out of here?
5 seconds.
Cool.
Actually, I can put them on mute.
I was about to tell my little story, man. Like it's inspiring. We're about to shut this shit down.
Somebody
So
say
you're a real Heat lifer then, huh?
No, I can't be a Heat lifer. The Heat didn't exist when my life started.
No, that's
Like,
what he's saying. So you've been there since the beginning.
No, I didn't. So
Wow.
I started as a Lakers fan because my father's favorite player was Magic Johnson. So watching Magic when I was a kid was like the highlight. I loved watching Magic. It was amazing. And then because I love watching Magic so much, his coach was Pat Riley. So I love Pat Riley. And then Pat Riley went to the Knicks. And then I was so mad when the Bulls beat the Lakers. I hated the Bulls. So I used to actually root for the Knicks because Pat Riley was their coach. Listen, because Pat Riley was their coach and they were trying to stop the Bulls, and I hated the Bulls. Once Pat Riley went to the Heat, I was like, oh, that's my Eastern Conference team. And also, my favorite team in the East was the Hornets because I love Larry Johnson and I loved Alonzo Mourning. But then once they got in their little rift and Alonzo Mourning went to the Heat and he's playing for Pat Riley, I was like, that is my East Coast team. I love those. So I would watch the Heat all the time. But I still was a big Lakers fan. And then when the Lakers decided that they were going to choose Kobe Bryant, who I hated, even as a Lakers fan, and God bless the dead, I hated Kobe Bryant, even as a Lakers fan, throughout that run of three straight titles. I was always like, I can't stand the way this motherfucker plays basketball. Like that chucking bullshit, I hated that. And I was like, put it down low to the big man. And I was like, and then once they decided that they were going to choose Kobe over Shaq, I was like, fuck the Lakers forever. And I've always hated the Lakers ever since they traded Shaq to the Heat. And I was like, I have one favorite team in the NBA. It's Pat Riley. It's Shaquille O'Neal. And they're in one town. And that's why I'm going forward. And then I was like, Dwayne Wade is dope as fuck too. I was like, that's my guy.
Did you think that about Dwayne from like the day we drafted him?
No. I didn't. Yeah. I will be honest with you.
I did. I watched them drag a pretty terrible Marquette team to the Final Four, and it was one guy doing it. And when I saw it, I was like, I want this guy. And
all I remember was
Pat Riley was watching him in that Final Four series, and when we drafted him, I was like, Pat likes him. I like him.
All I remember was sitting on the couch and we draft Dwayne Wade, and my dad's like, another one. Because I think at the time we had a bunch of guards, right? Didn't we have like a bunch of tweener guards?
Yes.
And so it was just another one to throw into the mix. And so all I remember my dad was being like, why are we drafting another one? We already have a ton of these guys. Because I think my dad wanted Chris Bosh, which I'm pretty sure if Chris Bosh was there, Riley would have taken Bosh over Wade, right?
That was a rumor.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought it was a rumor that he wanted Chris Kaman over Wade or something like that.
I've heard that that's bullshit ever since.
okay.
Yeah, I've heard
Hey,
that.
it worked out. But
Hey, wait,
yeah.
Manny, put the Alf awkwardly slurs his way through his life story. Yes, that's what I just did. I'm drunk as fuck, guys. So there's a bunch of people call me a bandwagon fan, because I was rooting for the Heat in 2003. Fuck out of here. Like, honestly, I was born before the Heat were created. Like, I couldn't have been a Heat fan when I was born. I apologize, guys. I was born in Long Island, New York. I came down here, and there was no such thing as a basketball team in South Florida. And then when I got down here, they were playing on fucking Whammy. How many of you motherfuckers watched them on Whammy? Fucking assholes. Talking shit about
in
me.
that
I'm
really
a bandwagon.
crappy Miami arena.
Yeah, in the Miami
that place
Arena,
was
which we were
shit.
all scared to go to.
Yeah.
Yes, I have smoked a crack pipe on the way to a fucking Heat game to watch fucking what's that guy's name?
Ronnie Cycli?
Ronnie Sparrow. Me, Ronnie Cycli, and Glenn Rice did fucking coke outside of the Miami Arena in 1989. I was there, and so was fucking Alfredo.
One of the first games, funny story. I was at the game where Ronnie Cycli had 35 rebounds against Shaq.
35? I didn't even know this
Yes.
was a thing. Holy crap.
Yes.
Bro,
Look it
like
up.
Ronnie Cycli, and then when we drafted our all-time Heat teams, I picked Ronnie Cycli, and they were like, I'm like, bro, Ronnie Cycli was a fucking monster. Like, one of the best rebounders in Miami history. Like, get the fuck out of here. Anyway.
Sure, but wait, but Heat lifer team over Zoe though?
No. I picked Zoe. I picked Miami Heat Zoe over Miami Heat Shaq, and a lot of people hated on me. I was like, Miami Heat
No, that
Zoe
makes sense. Yeah.
was an
Wait,
MVP.
didn't you have Bosh and Zoe? Because you got
I had
back-
Bosh and Zoe.
Yeah,
and I was like,
I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like, why did you pick Shaq? I'm like, because a year and a half of good Shaq ain't really what I'm about. I'm like, I want prime Zoe. I want
Yeah.
prime Bosh.
And
And
then
everyone was
hold on.
like,
As of now, at point guard, who do you have, Hardaway or Dragic?
I actually starting at point guard. I think I had Jason Williams.
But if you had to pick right now after like these playoffs and everything, granted he just got hurt, but like between Hardaway and Dragic, which one of the two do you pick?
Prime in on
On the
their
Heat,
best,
on the Heat.
best
On the
years
Heat.
on the Heat.
Yeah.
I gotta go with Dragic.
Mm.
Alfredo, am I wrong?
Yeah. I would say so.
No cap there. He's like, nah, you fucked up.
Well, at this point, Dragic has spent like half of his career with Miami, right? Like he's
Yeah, I mean, he's
Over
been here
half.
since what, like 14?
yeah,
15?
so he's been here 6 years, and he's been in the league 12 years. Yeah, so this is like half of his career with Miami, which is strange.
I like how so many people are like, just go to sleep. And I'm like,
Why are you here then?
no, you go to sleep.
You go to sleep.
They're-
Prime Doliak.
they're
Wait,
just-
no, hold
they're
on.
looking at how drunk I am. Like, oh,
This
please.
one's legit though. Prime Doliak or Prime Joel Anthony?
Joel Anthony, come on. Warning.
Easily.
Honestly, even though
Christian-
Christian
Christian Leitner though.
Doliak was so automatic from that 18-foot. Like that was like that was when power forwards were power forwards.
Yeah.
That's why I always say Udonis Haslem is the last of the great power forwards
Mm-hmm.
because he's the last one that hits that 18-foot jump shot. Remember Charles Oakley? Like, look, you couldn't be a power forward in the NBA. Horace Grant, Charles Oakley, Anthony Mason. Like, you had to be able to hit that 18-foot jump shot.
Yep.
And you had that was called spacing.
Yeah, the short corner.
That was the spacing back then.
That was spacing for
Yep.
the Patrick Ewings, the Shaquille O'Neals, like the centers of your day. The Robert Ory had to be able to hit that shot, so Olajuwon had quote unquote space in the paint to post up. Man, every great power forward I could ever think of could hit that shot. The last guy left is Udonis Haslem.
I got a stat right here. Ronnie Cycli in a 2-year period had 12 games of more than 20 rebounds.
That's insane.
Jeez.
That's nuts.
And that game that I was telling you about was against the Bullets. He had 34 rebounds.
And somehow Udonis
It was the high for that season. The next best was Dennis Rodman had 27 in a game.
And Udonis Haslem's the greatest rebounder in Miami Heat history.
Might drop.
All right, guys, I'm done. I'm going to sleep. I got some triple threat wings from Brew's Room.
They
I'm
are
gonna
cold as shit right now.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna heat them up in the air fryer. And listen, I don't mean to tell y'all how to make food or be Dick Bavetta. But if you're gonna, first of all the people telling me I'm slurring and shit. Yes, motherfucker, it's a Drunk Alf post-game show. I know I'm slurring because I've been drinking all fucking night. Who do we lose?
Michael.
Oh, Michael's not. Michael's a good guy though. But all right, you guys, I'm out.
All right,
All right, guys.
Royal, it was a pleasure, man.
Absolutely, man. It was a great show.
You coming on Lights and Opinions next week?
Not a problem, man. Just send me the invite and I'll be there.
All right, brother.
All right, man.